Yo, Fluffs, what's up? It's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. It's going to be an exciting one. You guys voted it in, so hopefully it's exciting.
They voted for an upwards rising Earth. You guys are killing me. I thought this was done already. All right.
Yeah, no, it was voted for the response because Dell gave a response to the challenge. And let me put it this way. It was so idiotic that I can't believe I actually watched his whole thing through, hoping that it actually gets somewhere, other than insulting us and showing the guy doesn't even know what a net force is.
Yeah.
That's it.
I did
But
actually.
anyway,
I did actually think people would vote for the end of the
I was hoping for the part 2.
Yeah, me too, to be honest, because it was good. It was getting
You know,
good.
the funny thing for me is I never see these polls till about 3 days after.
Oh, yeah, of course. I wonder what that is.
I never see these community posts.
I know it's crazy, isn't it?
But yeah, it was voted in. But yeah, tomorrow night it's going to be Sean Hawkins' birthday debate, so we're gonna crash his party and debate him there. And then Friday, it will probably be part 2.
There you go. I was going to model it. I was going to model it. I was going to model it, but it's too warm. It's a winter hoodie. The quality is really, really good. I mean, the stitching and everything, it's really, really thick. So I was like, I was going to put it on. I thought, nah, it's too warm. So I just, it's even got the sticker still on the hood there, as you can see. But yeah.
But awesome. Thank you very, very much, man. I'm happy you like it. But yeah, I'm happy it's good quality.
It's brilliant. Yeah, thanks, Vicky, for buying me that.
What size like, PJ?
Sorry?
What size like?
Oh, that it is. She did get me a triple L, triple XL, didn't she? But it's slightly baggy in the arms. It could do with a tiny shrink. When I was younger, the bagginess it's got on it would have been fine for me when I was younger. What I had the type of bagginess I like when I was younger. But it just needs a hot wash and it'll trim up, it'll slim up a bit. You know what I mean? So it is slightly too big, but it's doable. It's doable. You know what I mean?
You know what, Flatzoid? I think when I first saw your merch, I was like, okay, fair enough, but it might be low quality. Now that I'm seeing it in these pictures, I can't lie. It actually looks like the best Flat Earth merch I've seen.
Everybody has actually been commenting it's very good quality stuff.
So definitely good quality.
Let me put it this way. I wouldn't want to promote stuff that's bad quality. So as soon as someone told me, okay, it was bad quality, then I would have, pulled it and said, sorry, I can't do it.
Thick material and everything. Brilliant. Brilliant.
I just want to say thank you for the support, man. You guys rock.
No problem. Thanks again, babe, for buying it.
And Roger Lidwell, thank you for your $2 super chat. He says, sign post says up headland of the raising shed. Headland of the raising shed. What's it? What's up, Budded, by the way? Good to see you.
Oh, what's up, lads? How y'all doing?
Butter biscuits at the Mars rover photo shooting facility.
Yeah, in Bolivia. I hope you guys got a chance to watch the little presentation.
I set my alarm to go and watch you live, and I didn't even hear my alarm. But Barbara told me it was excellent. And when I did see you were just finishing up. There was 3 guys on at the time. You, Ian, and some other guy. Just finishing up as I woke up. So I was glad.
All right. Well, if you guys get a chance, watch.
So good.
I'll be able to download it to listen to tomorrow at work. So definitely going to do that.
All right. If you guys got questions, feel free to stream them off, later on.
Cool.
I'll be happy to do what I can, too.
Cool.
Always like to support other people, you know what I mean?
Will
Including flats and Sov and Ironworks, whoever wants, yeah.
debatable
Way
D
we can help each other.
Debatable D just said Duffy was on Ireland. Was
Yeah,
he?
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
QMP did a video about it saying, how can you get sunburn from an hologram?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Okay,
Oh.
yeah. So tomorrow night we're going to be debating Sean on his birthday. Oh, shame.
Yes.
Why does the guy even go live on his birthday?
Well, yeah, that's his whole. He's celebrating his birthday because he's so cocky. He says no one wants to challenge him to a debate. People just run from him.
He's gonna celebrate his birthday with his 5 viewers.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
we're
that's-
gonna celebrate it by laughing at him, and then
Hopefully we make
Friday.
it.
And then Friday night, it should be part 2 of the biblical thing, and it looks like Sean will join us because he was too busy last time. And I think it's Saturday night. I'm going to be having a discussion with. It's Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember. I'll get back to you with Planner Walk.
What was it again?
I'll be sure to miss that one.
Yeah, we're gonna have a discussion with Planner Walk.
Ooh.
I don't know that. I don't know.
The guy that thinks he's a woman.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
The guy
That's
from
probably why I don't know them. I don't follow that kind of stuff. All right, that's easy enough. Okay.
Well, guys, I'm going to take it as approach of showing Jesus love to the guy because I really do think he's lost. I
Well,
do
that's
think
obvious.
he
That's
needs
Romans
help.
1 and 2.
I do think
You
he
know
needs
how-
help.
The thing is that no matter how much love you show to them, the fact you're saying a guy is they'll say, oh well, they're not showing me love. You're not showing me love. I identify as a girl, so how can you show me just as love and call me a guy? It's not going to go well. I don't think so.
Well, let's put it this way. I'd rather feel better with myself knowing I tried than not doing anything at all.
Aye.
So at least if I spoke to him about it and something it doesn't happen, he had the choice. You understand? So then I know I did what I could.
Planting the seed, yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to that. So yeah, guys, it's going to be interesting.
Can we get onto this Deltardism?
Oh yes. Anyway, everybody in chat, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Please share the show. Really appreciate you all.
Likes.
Hit the likes. Yeah. We got the poll going. This should be interesting. Dell understands net forces. Yes, 17%. No, 83%. So yeah. So, did you guys see the response from Dell?
No.
Oh, I was waiting for this stream to see the response. I didn't want to spoil it.
I think you shared a bit with it, right? You literally like.
No. Because
That was the stream
this
yesterday.
stream, I find the irony of this stream though. He had it at I think it was 2 o'clock or something in the afternoon while
Yeah,
everybody is at work.
When I was live, yeah.
Yeah. You live, I'm at work. Other people don't even know because that's not already a time he goes live. And then he moans like, oh, none of the Deltardans are coming to debate me.
No doubt. He knows fine well the difference is. I mean, I was live and I was actually presenting your video at the time. I knew that he was already doing it though because it was in the title, but because I said I was doing it, he says, well, I'm going to do it anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I
That's
was
like going to it.
while he was answering you.
But think about that. But look at it this way. It's like, I'm going to challenge you to a debate, but I'm going to make sure it's in 1 o'clock in the morning while you're sleeping.
Yeah,
Just to
I was
show
going to say.
how cowardice you
This
are.
is so stupid. This is like going to a club at 10 p.m. and saying, "Where are the people at?"
Exactly. It's crazy.
Mm.
I have to warn you guys in advance. There's a lot of dead air with this guy, unfortunately. I think I'm gonna have to speed it up because he just sits a lot of the time and just says nothing. Just sits there. So it's quite fun. But yeah, let's get it started. Imagine I had to start my stream like this. By the way.
Yeah, no, he isn't just sitting there. He's constantly up, rising up.
Rising. Maybe his eyes are trying to settle into the block. When you're trying to focus on something, but when the earth keeps rising, you can't focus properly, can you?
Yeah, this guy's constant motion blurred from.
He does. Well, the thing is, he does come from a land up uprising shed. Do-do-do-do-do. Hey, Josh, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. Woohoo.
Josh Monday. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, and that's gonna be awesome. The 31st, mark on you guys' calendar. Myself, Josh Monday, and Sean from Kingdom in Context are having a stream together.
Oh, that'll be excellent, man. That'll be excellent.
Exciting stuff, Del.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
This a bathroom break?
This is the start of his stream, and it's
Okay.
sped up. And this is sped up.
How's it going?
He looks like you if you roided.
That's okay. I'm gonna stay natural. Thank you.
Here it is. It's Flats and I combined. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll stay natural. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe
No,
maybe that's what's making him so dumb. Maybe he's taking Psalms or something, because it is known to give negative effects on a person's mental capacity. But I don't, as far as I know, Dal said he is natural, so I wouldn't just say that. Would be
To be honest, I would say he's natural. He doesn't look right.
Big enough.
He's not cut enough. He's not big enough now to be right. He's got a natural good build about him.
Yeah. I got nothing against his build. He's built quite good.
No, yeah.
Decent build.
I was just trying to say he kind of looks like
I did a lot of.
he looks like you if you were stressed all the time.
He's a boxer. A boxer's build, isn't he? A boxer's build. Sort of thing.
He does kind of look, yeah.
I will say one
Mark,
thing
how you
nice
doing?
though.
Great
I like
belief.
his house.
Yeah.
That little like bucket of wood and that furnace. That's something cool.
Yeah, he's got to keep himself warm.
Definitely up to Scotland.
Oh,
Yeah, how else is he going to keep his shed rising up? He needs something to burn.
Well, it's just as well they come in flat packs, isn't it?
This guy watched the movie Up once, and that's what he thought he was living on.
Nice. I like that.
How's it going, P-Tag, Dave Douglas, Andrew, Piper? Aye. A little 3-minute video, then we shall proceed to go to later on live of the Great Flatzoid, where
The Great
some
Flatzoid.
incredible insight and intellect is on offer, and I have been warned that it is immense. So we shall start with Flatzoid's challenge.
He looks stressed.
I mean,
Because he knows he's got to lie about his uprising again, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
Norwood 3.
words. Sometimes you just become dumbfounded by the utter fucking stupidity and ignorance of people. And
Yes.
it's amazing how some people think
Yes,
that they're making
exactly.
points and they offer up examples of their points and don't realise that they're actually debunking themselves. It's bizarre. It's incredible. It's funny. You know, we've got these Christians talking about Christianity.
Yeah, one thing I'm going to also have to say, he does project a lot of idiocy onto us, and he does have a disliking for Christians.
Really interesting.
And the sad part is, half of his audience are Christians.
That's it. That's it. I mean, I just noticed he's got that observation on the wall. That
You're definitely
It's
not getting
rising.
atheists.
His best
Definitely not
buddies
getting
first.
atheists over to the party.
People always like to begin their conversation saying, well, I'm not really saying, but they're going to say exactly what they were just saying they weren't going to say, or projecting all the way from the very beginning of exactly and giving away what they're going to be doing. So I expect a lot of projections
Oh,
and debunking himself on top of that.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. He's going to start off
He
when he
just told
actually...
you what he's going to do.
It's going to be funny.
Anything this guy- yeah.
When he draws his first diagram, he's already going to make my point. So,
Like Buttered Biscuit says, anything this guy says, it's inverted projection.
mhm.
And division, and you know, they constantly, you're calling people, me, a cult, and anybody who accepts reality a part of my cult. You know, you're a Deltardian and all this stuff. I mean, these people are fucking absolute batshit crazy, man. Crazy. And they surround themselves with people who are just as dumb as they are and pat each other on the back for how
Funny that we said the same about you, Del.
yeah, isn't it? It is weird.
But it is a cult.
Yeah, well, it
It
is.
is a cult. And there's a reason we say it's a cult. It's because everybody that just decides to all of a sudden believe this idiocy turns their back on anybody else that doesn't agree with them,
Mhm.
insults them, and just backstabs them. Like it's like crazy. What the hell?
Exactly.
I'll
All
say
of
this.
a
Have
sudden
you?
we're Globers. You know what I mean, all of a sudden to them we're Globers. When before we were flat earthers.
And the sad thing is, we show how the whole time his equivalence principle that he's pushing
It's more global.
is globe based.
Exactly.
If this guy, and I'm pretty sure he would say this, but if he can consider Globers a cult, but they come up here and talk to us more, why can't we consider his people a cult when they barely even come up and talk to us? It's like they're sheltered in. No, you can't talk about the upward rising earth. Let Deltard, I just called him Deltard. Let Del,
Well, you know why we call him
filter
Deltard?
stuff.
Because he
Yeah.
started calling us all flatards.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Called us flat tards. I mean,
That's a flatzoitards and flatsards, and
mm,
that's why we started calling him Deltards. And I think that Deltard is a good name because yes, it's Del's upward rising earth that he's pushing, and it's a retarded argument.
mhm.
Can you remember when you were in chat last week? And I made a comment, not about Dell, not really, you know. And first comment he left was, Michael, you're a clown. So I've got no all's bad, Dell. You call me names, I call them back.
That's it.
Simple as that.
But look, when he came on our show that time when we spoke, we're all nice and calm with him, just trying to explain things to me like energy and stuff. And he gets all triggered and insults us, and he gets so triggered he leaves. On this stream, by the way, he makes a claim that he doesn't go on other people's streams and talk about this. Nobody comes onto his stream and talk about it. We just insult him and call him names. And
Yeah, I'll say the first time I saw this guy was that stream where he came on and got really mad, and that's why I thought he was like a rager. But he seems pretty calm right now. But I really wonder if this guy can hold it in.
Oh no,
yeah,
no.
but
he's
my
a
point
racist.
is he keeps lying though. He keeps saying no one comes on to talk to him on his show, and he doesn't go on other people's shows to talk, blah blah. And we all just mean to him, you know. We just meanies.
Mhm.
It's really weird.
You know, imagine somebody like Flatdroid or any of his sycophants getting onto mainstream TV to spout the ridiculousness that you're about to witness.
Don't
It's
want to get on mainstream
absolutely
TV, thank you.
incredible. Right? So again, I can only hope that some people will realise the error of their ways. I think people like Flatzoid are too far down the dirt tunnel to ever find their way back out of it again. You know, Hansel and Gretel couldn't even help him back out of this fucking hole that he's dug himself into. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I've been warned that
Not
the
good
longer
analogy.
video that we will go through is just bordering on absolute insanity. So there's a couple of things I'm just going to...
I want to ask, why is he talking about television? Why would I ever need to be on television?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you ever want to be on mainstream TV? I mean, look what happened to the last lot of flat earthers was on mainstream TV on a Netflix show.
Even if you succeed on mainstream TV, that just means you're able to appeal to the masses. Appealing to the masses isn't something that, you know, flat earthers are really supposed to do, especially when the masses are so, you know, brainwashed.
I'm thinking he's offended of your background. That's what it is, Flats.
Oh, the TV.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
But you
want to
see-
talk TV because you have a TV behind your head. Oh my goodness.
Maybe he's slow and doesn't understand what that actually represents.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This
I
guy
know
would
if
definitely
people-
love to go on TV. And I bet they
Yeah,
would promote him.
But if people actually understand, when I usually have stuff, it usually has meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Usually.
Hey, Jeff, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while.
Hey.
How's it going?
All right. Busy.
Jefferoo.
Jefferoony.
Mm.
Jeff
I don't
Diddley
know,
Umptious.
intelligent.
Jeff,
But you
indeed
got-
you do.
But you guys are gonna laugh at his.
This is a 2.5 hour thing. I think we're gonna get like 15 minutes into it.
It's crazy. Don't worry, most of it is just him insulting anyway, not really giving substance. So.
All right. Buttered biscuits.
You probably don't need any of this. But for the purposes of the flatardoids of the world and the
Flatardoids,
sycophants,
you heard that.
right?
Okay, I'm gonna put this a bit slower so you guys can listen to Dal trying to explain to us about net forces. Before we go there, let's see what did the vote say. The votes so far: Dell understand net forces. 16% say yes, 84% say no. Ooh. Okay. You guys ready to get education about net forces by Dell?
Do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Say we have an object,
Mm.
right? A new
Aye.
force. So something acting. Again, force, which you'll hear again, is Flatzoid doesn't comprehend. So say you've got force acting on an object, right?
Okay.
And that force is equal, right? That's what we would call balanced.
Mhm.
So if the force is equal in every direction on this object, they are balanced,
Mhm.
which means that the object cannot move. Okay?
Thank you. That was great
Profound.
explanation.
It's
Yeah, thank
fantastic.
you, Dale.
But I thought that it's always moving because it's always accelerating up. He's
Yeah,
contradicting himself, right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is like
That's kind of it.
the worst substitute
But
teacher
I've
of
got a
all
question.
time, man. You guys. Yeah.
But I've got
Yeah.
a question for you guys. If something is moving and the net force is 0, is it just going to stop?
No.
Or is it just going to carry on moving?
Yeah.
This is why I said Dal doesn't understand how net forces work. And don't worry, he's going to just dig it further for him. It's going to be that way. I just want to say thank you, Roger Ledwell, for your $2 super chat, man. Really appreciate it. He says he has only one reply. Derp, derpity, derp, derp, derp.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat. You rock, man. Miss Mod Queen Bee being a member for 7 months. Woohoo! Thank you very much. He says, keep smashing it. Really appreciate it. You are awesome. Thank you, Miss Mod Queen Bee. And then another one from Jeff, been a member for 14 months. Woohoo! Thank you. Floves rock and stand for
I've got
truth.
one.
Yes,
Woohoo.
exactly. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate all you members, all you Patreon supporters, all the people that hit those likes, share the show, and super chat. You guys are awesome. And everybody that buys merch. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's carry on listening to Mr. Professor Dal trying to teach us net forces, and he's already got it wrong. But okay.
Only when the force becomes unbalanced, i.e., if there's now more force here, right, if we now apply more force here, now the object will coincide with the direction of that force.
Keep that in mind what he just said, guys. So what was my challenge? 1, for a object with an unbalanced force cause acceleration. Or 2, it's moving cause it's moving. What is he presenting?
Moving because it's moving.
No, unbalanced forces is causing acceleration.
Yeah.
So by default, he's already destroyed his own argument that it's moving because it's moving.
I accidentally pressed 1.
Yeah, he accidentally pressed 1 while he's trying to explain number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't worry, it gets even worse.
And now the force, the unbalanced force, because now the force is greater being applied here, will cause the object to move in that direction. Okay?
Opposite. Well done.
So you comprehend then that when there's unbalanced force, there's no motion. Let's just get hang on.
You heard that? You just comprehend when there's unbalanced force, there's no motion. You just said there is motion.
RDD
So
to
if you
it.
type in,
Sorry?
I'm saying to E2 the R, whatever that word is. RDD.
Yeah, relative density disequilibrium, mate. For sure. But don't worry, guys. Like I said, you heard him now. He's made a claim that if a force is unbalanced, it can't move, which is just him not understanding how net forces work. Because if something's already moving and it has a net zero force, it's still moving because there is no force to unbalance that movement. So it carries on moving. Secondly, he just made a claim, which is correct. If the unbalanced force is pushing one way, it's going to push it that way. I got a question for you based on that. Which way is he claiming his Earth is moving?
Not like
Up. Which
Yes.
way are the objects going with the
Down.
acceleration?
Down.
alright.
Like the tree
Love
that
this
fell on
guy.
my lawn.
So it's going opposite to what he's claiming
Yes.
the force to be.
I
Are you
Weird how
gonna
that
do the
works.
skydiver Toto?
Oh yeah. Why do you think I used that thumbnail?
If you jump out of a plane, then the Earth just rises to you. That's all it is. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
But
You
he's
guys like
saying
my
if the
thumbnail,
net
by the way?
force, he's
No
saying
point in a plane and flying.
No, that's it.
But we're crazy. Crazy, right?
But I
he's saying
think
that
Del knows.
he's saying that he's saying that an object that has forces coming at all sides, unbalanced, doesn't move though. So when the guy's coming out of the plane, he's in between. When he would just be stuck in midair.
Stuck, and that's the thing. And
That's his claim.
how don't they get their head around that? You just can't be stuck in midair. The air particles ain't balanced. Ain't
Well, why isn't the airplane rising? I'm sorry. Why isn't the Earth rising to the airplane then? If it's not dipping its nose or
No,
raising its
because that's when relative density is a thing.
so that okay. So it only applies. So it's like gravity. It just it chooses.
He's very selective on what he wants to use when he wants to use it.
Of course.
But if you actually jump out of the airplane, then you're going to fall. But it's not you falling; it's the Earth rising.
Mhm.
Although it didn't work in the airplane itself because the airplane was stationary. Correct. Okay. Cool.
Okay, but let's get on with it.
And just go, again, some aspects of obviously physics are correct. So if you type into your Google right now, what happens when net force is 0? So that would be when all forces are equal, cancelling each other out. Net force would then be 0.
Mhm.
Okay? When the net force on an object is 0, the forces acting on the object are balanced and do not change the object's motion.
Okay, what did we just read? When the object's net force is 0 and are balanced, it doesn't change the motion of the object, correct? Does it say it doesn't mean it doesn't move or doesn't change the motion?
Exactly.
So what happens if something's already got motion?
Continues.
Newton's first law of motion, man.
This
Yeah, I don't think
means
this guy's heard of Newton.
that a state
He doesn't.
He
He
thinks it's a
probably
law.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really believe in Newton's laws of motion. I guess he's just an engineer that doesn't believe in energy. Doesn't believe in the calories that gives him those muscles that he's got. He doesn't believe in gas. He doesn't believe in net forces. Apparently.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in Newton's laws of motion. Apparently, I don't know. This guy is.
He doesn't believe in pulling. Just push
The
it.
best part is he
Just
tells
push
you you're wrong. The best part is he tells you you're wrong.
Yeah. The guy's a joke. I know young children in primary school that knows more physics than this guy. Hey, Inspiration, how you doing?
Oh, beautiful. Inspired.
Oh,
It's up the Rising Earth thing is going somewhere.
very inspirational.
But it's good
That's
to
it.
see
You're
you, man.
fired, Roger.
Serendipity.
Serendipity, correct.
Can probably zoom it up again. But yeah, I think I'm making the point quite clear. He doesn't have a cooking clue where he's talking. But while you see that, well, let's just let him make his statement finish, then I'm going to share another screen.
stationary object will remain stationary. Okay? You got that? Type it in yourself. If you don't comprehend that, I don't know how I can help you. So when the forces are all balanced, acting equally, if it's a stationary object, it remains stationary.
Yeah, stationary object. But we're not talking about a stationary object, are we, Dal? When he throws his water bottle, is that bottle stationary, guys?
Hell no.
Okay, now I'm going to share screen. Let me zoom that in. Hence, the net force acting the object is 0. A freely falling object. Is a freely falling object stationary, guys?
Nope.
Not at all.
Okay. It experiences weightlessness, as the only force acting on it is the force of, they say gravity, but we don't believe in gravity, so it's just the weight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which acts downwards.
Density.
Yeah. The object acceleration is equal to the acceleration. The net force acting in the object is 0. So if I drop a bottle with water and an object and everything, and it's all falling down, what is it saying the net force is for everything in that bottle while it's falling to the ground?
It's in free fall, right?
Yeah.
There's no net forces applied to it, then, is it?
So are they supposed to mix up?
No.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
force being applied to it, so it could mix up.
So let's quickly go to Sean Hawkins' favorite.
Paint.
His favorite.
Jeez, it is birthday, isn't it? Coming up here. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Ooh.
We're gonna be going to laugh at him at his birthday.
136 years old, you said?
142.
No,
Years
He
old.
does say if he shaves, he's gonna be looking like he's 40 or 45.
he's gonna catch
so-
up with. He's gonna catch up with Dave now. Or
Yeah.
fall back.
Sean, in case you're watching this, why don't you do us a favor and shave for your birthday so we can all tell you don't look 45?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, and he keeps going on about Dave. In 30 years, Dave will still look younger than you, Sean Hawkins.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we got the bottle. We got some water in. Let's put some water in. Actually, let's do it this way. We got it. I'm gonna put some water in like that because it's shaken. Shaken stirred.
Not
Okay.
stirred.
Let's start. Just
Shake it. All right, double O.
I
Okay.
was actually thinking when watching this, I was thinking this other guy, Dell, he kind of reminded me of Austin Powers. So, he used to bring a double O, and he's like, I like gold. I love gold. He's like the Scottish
Oh
guy.
yeah.
gold member.
Oh, Lord.
Gold member.
Yeah.
Gold member, that was it, yeah.
He'll turn your tallywhacker gold.
Oh, that's a cure. He eats his own blooming scabs from his
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
he's
the
Dutch.
bottle. Okay, so the bottle, guys. The bottle is falling. Okay. So does the bottle have a net force of 0? No. Because this force going downwards is greater than the air resistance. Correct?
That would be friction, right?
But it's less than that.
Yeah.
So it's accelerating. Now, everything in the bottle, has that got the same friction as the outside of the bottle? No.
No.
So this ball is traveling down. The water is traveling down. The air is traveling with the water, obviously in all directions, traveling down, and the air here as well. Let's say this is 5. 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 Would that mean that they should mix?
No. Not until it
No,
stops.
Yeah, because they all represent the same amount of force attributed. So therefore, this is 0 net force, 0 net force, 0 net force, 0 net force. The bottle does have a net force because it's accelerating. Now, what happens when the bottle reaches terminal velocity? It doesn't accelerate. It's not a constant.
It's an equilibrium, isn't it? It all finds its balance.
Yeah. So let's take the same bottle now. Place it. Now it's going to be at equilibrium. Okay,
Well, how did
now
you do
it's
that,
reached-
Flatsoid?
Now it's
You made
reached-
2 bottles.
it's going to be at it's going to be at terminal velocity. So therefore, all the net forces are going to be unbalanced again. The ball will now go to its relative equilibrium point. Let's just say the ball will be there, and the air will be there, and the water. Does he understand the difference? That now the bottle is not free fall because the friction imparted is the same as the friction as the movement downwards, but because the air cannot support it, it still has to carry on moving in the same direction because the friction has to be greater than that force to be able to cancel it out. So it will carry on moving. Everything in the bottle now is not moving at the same rate anymore because now it's at a constant. It's not accelerating. So therefore, the ball has a different amount of force, the water has a different amount of force, and the air has a different amount of force. Understand that, Del?
Yep.
Net forces, mate. And that's exactly why I put this challenge up. Because I knew he doesn't understand net forces. And he literally proved my point.
I don't even know why we're arguing over this. This argument, it will fall on its face so quickly. It's just the dumbest argument in the world. Like, if you can't see through it, I don't know how.
Yeah. That's why I was saying.
I just don't understand how this is a thing.
Yeah, that's why I was saying in the beginning, why did you guys vote for this? Because this is like a 10-minute debunk. It's barely anything here.
That's a good idea what Michael just said in private.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to actually comment.
It's probably like the last time that you have to even touch this because this is.
Yeah.
You like going to eat, like after a while, if you spend too much time and energy on it, you're just wasting your time and energy because there's nothing else to do. It's just such a dumb explanation.
There we go. You modded, Michael.
Nice.
Anyway, but you see, we don't even have to insult Dal or anything. We can just show him physics. And Canadian Bacon. No, I'm not lost because all physics agrees with me. If you disagree, you can come in and actually discuss this, and I can show you just how idiotic you are. How's that?
Yeah. They think they're funny going to Twitch, don't they, though? So, because they don't think they can be touched. Because they're in the little corner of Twitch.
Yeah. Now I've got a new mod in Twitch, so beware, trolls.
I've got one in TikTok, and they're all over the place, guys.
Canadian Bacon, gatekeeper talk. No, it's not gatekeeper talk when I'm educating a chuff nugget.
Okay, I'm trying to understand this gatekeeper stuff. What are you gatekeeping?
I'm giving a guy education. I'm being nice enough to give the guy free education that he would get from a school or an educational system that you have to pay money for. I'm giving it to him for free.
Mm-hmm.
So how's this gatekeeping? I don't know. So Canadian Bacon, if we are so wrong, hop on, come educate us. I'm more than happy to listen.
Gatekeeping talk, wow.
Exactly, debate we Delt force. Nah, net force. Exactly. Okay, so on screen, how to calculate net forces.
Now that we've gone through some of the common types of contact and non-contact forces.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get to that. Do you guys know the difference between contact and non-contact forces?
Well, let me think. It probably has to do with the word contact. I don't know.
But the problem with I've seen in this arena these days is people like to change the definitions of words. So can we all agree that contact means contact? Like that's contact.
Like American football or rugby.
Yeah, that's a contact sport. Yeah.
Yeah, contact sport. There you go. I mean, think about it. Yeah, there's a force that will actually knock you down. Wow.
So yeah. Okay. So let's say magnetism, would that be a contact force? No, because there's no contact.
No.
It's not touching. But there's a force. Okay, so I just had to place that out because I don't think Dell understands that either. I
Or
don't
if you
know.
hit a wall, there's going to be contact, and you're going to.
Yeah.
You're driving 90 miles an hour, and you hit a wall or you hit a tree. What's going to happen? Contact. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a contact force. Like, this is so basic that it's like stupidity at this point. I don't know.
Exactly. Okay. So it says an object can be acted upon by one or more forces, like we just said, yes. A net force is just the sum of all the forces accounting for direction. The vector addition and subtraction. Okay, thank you.
Let's discuss the concept of net force.
Hmm.
Under any circumstance, an object can be acted upon.
Okay, let's just
Here
get to
we
where
have
we
two
are.
examples.
There we go. Okay. Let's take the one on the left here. 100 newtons and 150 newtons. According to that, which way would the block be moving?
White.
Towards the 150.
That way. Exactly. Why? Because there's more force going that way. Now this one on the right.
200.
Yawn.
Down, like the water bottle.
Indeed.
Huh. Okay. So Dal, I would like to know if that water bottle is there like that and there's 200 newtons pushing that water bottle down, okay? Is that water bottle standing still or is it moving?
Moving.
Knows this one. He knows it. I'm sure Dell knows this one. He sang a song about it. Well, you did.
Forces acting on a mass. In the first example on the left-hand side, we have a 100 Newton force acting towards the left and a 150 Newton force acting
Towards
towards
the right, yeah.
Since the two force vectors are already in the same horizontal direction, at the left or right, we can use the vector addition to find the net force straight away.
50.
Before adding force vectors, it is important to define the positive direction and also the negative direction. Typically, the right
We don't need to actually watch this.
150
It just equals 50. There we go.
If you haven't learned how to subtract by third grade, oh my God, please. This is
Yeah, yeah.
insane.
That's
This
why I say
is
we don't really need to learn this. We already know this. It's like,
Yeah, if you haven't learned by third grade, I mean, seriously, what are you doing here? This is so bad.
and the positive side.
Oh, shoot, I failed.
there we go.
This is an example. On top of the 100 Newton horizontal force and the 80 Newton vertical force, we have another force acting at an angle of 40 degrees above the horizontal line, and this is 150 newtons. Before we
And that
That's
is why you
great.
get bullet drop, guys. That explains
Now we're at-
ballistics.
Now we're at geometry, and this is fifth grade. So now we're at fifth
Yeah.
grade. This is great. Great. Okay. Let's keep building.
Yeah,
and
guys.
go through algebra.
We're going to watch Dell now, guys. I'm just trying to make a point here quickly because people think that what I'm talking about is total bullshit for some odd reason. Usually the Deltardians think this. Okay, well, we got the point going.
I have a quick question for you guys, right quick. What does a gatekeeper get paid nowadays?
A couple of hinges, a lock. It's not-
Oh, yeah.
A few shekels.
When I'm
WD-40,
If you
For
work
nothing.
for the government, or if you don't. So if you work for the
Yep.
government, you're probably going to make 120,000. But if you
Ooh.
don't, then probably nothing.
it's
Dang it.
WD-40, and yeah.
It's too strong.
Okay. Deltard. Let's go listen to the Deltard again.
No. So we also asked.
Okay, let's go, Del.
Before we get to the challenge, I'm just setting this up for you.
It is not mixing up. Accelerating Earth, except that your made-up fantasy physics doesn't exist. Remember, you're the guy that says there is no such thing as energy. You're the guy.
Energy is a concept. Energy does not exist as its own thing.
Wow.
Can I ask someone a question? If you sleep, do you get tired? I mean, if you don't sleep, do you get tired?
Very much so.
If you had a good night's rest, do you feel energized the next day?
Yes. Rest.
Okay. If you're hungry and you have no energy and you eat, do you feel satiated and having energy again?
Within 20 minutes, you got the energy back.
Yeah, if anybody's ever fasted, you're gonna know that answer.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why I said it's weird. Del, you can see he does definitely work on his muscles, so he does know what calories are.
Of course. Of course.
Well, I don't know.
Vegans starve themselves. That's why they're usually always tired and they drink coffee in the morning.
That's quite crazy. Because the
What
guy
calories are.
that uses energy to build his muscle says energy doesn't exist.
That's it. And I bet you when he's in the gym and he's feeling a bit tired, he'll go and eat a Snickers bar or something like that.
I think he understands push and pull. He probably
No,
does
he doesn't actually. He thinks there's no
What?
he thinks
No,
there's
he
no
doesn't.
such thing as a pull force, only push force.
So,
He can only
so
do his chest. He can only do
so-
his chest. He can't do his back.
this guy goes to the gym and upward accelerates his weights. He doesn't.
All right,
I
here's
was just trying to say.
He can only do chest, legs, and shoulders. He can't,
Usually, I
can't
was
do
just trying
back.
to say. Usually, people that go to the gym, they have push and pull days. That's what I was trying to say. So
course
it's
you
kind
do.
of weird that.
Yeah.
Well, here's
Yeah,
another
we're-
one, real basic for everybody they can understand. If you haven't had sex, you wouldn't understand what push and pull means, right?
Yeah, wow. Wow. You, so
I'm just
all you do
saying,
is
I mean,
you
if
just-
you can't understand the basics of sex itself and having, that with
Well-
women itself,
Well, we can do this one. Remember when I showed him static electricity picking up the paper?
That's right.
That was a non-contact pull force.
He still said it was a push.
He still said it was push.
I guess he's never heard of a push me pull you.
No.
Well, I'm still going to be making a spoof video where Dell's going to try and open a door without pulling it. That's going to be a pull door, by the way.
Oh, maybe he's one of those people that gets confused where it says push and pull on it, and he starts pushing on the door when it says pull. It's like, it doesn't open. What the hell? I'm
that-
No,
pushing on it.
my idea is he's going to walk up to it and say, "What is wrong with this door? It says pull, but there's no such thing as pull. I don't understand."
you don't want to get the woman pregnant. What do you have to do? You got to pull it out. I mean, my God, it's so easy. Seriously, it's easy.
Energy is such a concept that this guy does 2-hour bicep workouts because he just doesn't even think about the energy.
Well, he
Doesn't
obviously
exist.
eats in a surplus to build his muscle, and then in a deficit to cut. So obviously he knows there's a such thing as energy. That's literally what calorie is. It's,
I mean, how does he do his biceps? Because that's a pulling exercise, you know.
you do push and pull when you do biceps. So
I suppose you do.
I think we're harping on this point too much. Like, he doesn't understand what energy
Yeah,
is.
he doesn't understand, even though he uses it daily.
Nobody can give energy. Energy is a word derived to explain the amount of work being done, motion, the amount of change that is happening. Energy is just a word to explain it. It's not an actual thing. This guy is way beyond help in that regard. He just is enamoured by language, doesn't comprehend language, doesn't comprehend a concept, that being man's created linguistics in order to explain the changes in reality, the motions that happen in reality. Energy is not a thing that you can isolate as its own thing. Okay? It's a word that's related to matter and motion.
No, you can isolate it.
So if
Sorry,
I get
gotta go,
if I
guys.
get conflict in a
There are
conflict-
Dave, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Blessings.
I'll just say this, and this is why I brought up vegans, is because there's certain foods that won't fuel you, even though they can give you calories and you can still survive, but you'll be micro deficient in certain things. So yeah, energy is really a thing.
If you burn a cornflake, with food, cornflake, just get it in the tweezers and burn it. It burns for a certain length of time, and then it's consumed. The energy is spent. It doesn't burn anymore.
We have like glucose. Glucose is what like a
You
when
see,
you eat
he's,
a lot of sugar. This is what modern sugary things do.
Guys.
And this is why it's a problem. Is because it's fake sugar, so it spikes your insulin, and then it basically your insulin goes down because it spikes it a lot because it has a lot of sugar in it.
yeah, but that's
And
why
then
when
it
you have
goes
the
down.
muscles, your muscles use
Yeah.
glycemic sugar. So the thing is,
Yeah.
that's why you don't have to. That's why I'm not on sugar at all.
No, I know a lot of guys because they eat a lot of carbs. A lot of bodybuilders also eat carbs because it's
Carbs
easier
is
to
great for
easier-
energy.
That's for both.
easier to get to the
I take
muscle.
a lot of I actually take some carbs and stuff, especially with my fruits and stuff, because it's good carb sugars. It
Well,
gives you
fruit is a
energy.
carb,
Oh yeah, best kind of carbs is from fruits. Yeah.
and that's fructose. So
Fructose,
Yeah.
yes.
there is
Exactly.
difference.
There's, yeah.
Oh man. They're just
Certified nutritionist here.
to insult people because you don't understand what a net force is.
You don't understand anything and you're insulting everybody that's more intelligent than you with your Dunning-Kruger, son. Again, you're going to get an...
Okay, I want to ask, guys. His whole stream, what has happened? What has he done? Just insulted the whole time, correct? And shown he is Dunning-Kruger, the thing he just projected again, because he didn't understand net forces.
Absolutely.
Now, anybody can go on my show, that little stream I had with this challenge, and find where I'm actually insulting the guy.
That's what they do
Weird.
when you put on.
Well, except for today, maybe.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of calling for it. And yeah, unfortunately, the Deltard name is seen as a insult, but it's a default name because it's the Del argument and it's a retarded argument. So it just
Well, the whole
that's
tard thing just came from globe tard because the globe is a tard idea. So I
Mhm.
mean, to apply the same thing, you could say flat tard, whatever, which he does too. So
yeah, it's weird.
absolute spanking here, and I'm going to concisely show that you're wrong in every regard, and I guarantee you will not address any of it again.
You don't understand what a force is to begin with, actually. And I just showed you on screen the demonstration that shows your, how can I put it, not actual claim, rubbish. There is no accelerating Earth based on observation and demonstration. So I'm going to explain it in a very simple manner again. When you drop the water bottle,
Listen carefully.
okay, I'm
And
listening.
everything inside it is not mixing up. It's due to net forces. All the net forces equal to zero because they all accelerate, yes, you heard me, accelerate at the same rate.
Yeah, I didn't see an insult there at all.
I love his laugh there.
I know. What was
Yeah, it is.
That was like Vicky's Muttley laugh.
I'm thinking this is a Deltardian, Canadian bacon.
Gotta be.
Sorry, what the hell are you talking about gravity? Has any of us ever pushed gravity here?
Nope. Maybe gravitas.
Yeah, the word has weight, I'd agree, yeah.
Does he think we're heliocentric?
If you met up with me, Canadian bacon, I'll show you my energy. I'll easily show you my energy, not a problem. Idiot.
Yeah, but the guy's calling us heliosexual while his claim is heliocentric at car.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. It's insane. But like I said, he's more than welcome to come in. There's the link, Canadian bacon. And yes, he is a Deltardian because I've seen him in Del's chat many times. So the link is there. Come in and chat. And I'm more than happy to give you a free education like we're giving to Del right now.
Yeah, and boys and girls don't get all buttered. Retard just means slow to learn. That's all.
Exactly. It's just slow. Yeah.
Calm down. Slow to learn.
He's calling us heliosexual, but the Delsexuals, they're the ones that are most like them because they just make up pseudoscience and lie about misunderstand a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is with net forces right now. Look at that. Look at what he has on screen. Look at what he's laughing about.
And I want to point something out. Do you think he's going to read this whole abstract here? Or is he just going to read half of it?
Partial. We'll skip over it.
When an object is zero, the forces acting on the object are balanced and do not change the object's motion. This means that a stationary object will remain stationary.
Oh, so he stops there.
Stops at station.
Del, why are you not reading on? And a moving object, moving, will continue to move at a constant velocity in the same direction at the same speed. This property of an object is called inertia. Why did you not read that, Del?
That's called cherry picking.
He's not a very good cherry picker because he has it on screen.
Right, exactly, yeah. But yeah.
So in other
It's
words,
okay
Yeah.
As long as you put it up fast enough and then put it away fast enough, your chatters won't be able to read the whole thing because they're
Well,
slow.
to be fair, he's audience is so gullible. They won't read what's on screen. They'll just accept what he says.
No,
This
they're
is why it's
retarded.
This is why it's called a cult, because he shows them in their face he's lying, and they still accept it.
Yeah.
This
And they're
Canadian
retarded. They
bacon,
don't even read what's up there.
Canadian
Slow.
bacon's a perfect example of cult member. Just spouting stuff and then not being able to go away, not being able to come up and speak freely. You're like a Jim Jones member, man. I think you're gonna get, you're gonna drink the Kool-Aid.
So he's already drunk the Kool-Aid.
So we've got 70 votes already, and Dal understands net forces, yes, 19%, no, 81%. I think it's quite telling. Oh, yeah.
I
and
think
by
we
the
should
way-
let him go. Sorry.
Oh, and by
I think
the
we should
way-
let him go. Go ahead.
And
Go
by,
ahead,
the,
sorry.
and by the way, Dal has an issue because Conspiracy Cats agreed that I showed Dal that he doesn't understand net forces. So therefore, so far now we're like buddy. Just because someone agreed with me.
Weird.
Weird. Okay.
Yes. I was going to say we should let all the Deltards just go. Let the stupid ones go ahead and just believe whatever Del says and not look into it for themselves. And they'll learn the hard way.
Yeah, but there's a reason why I made this challenge for Dell. Was specifically to show the guy doesn't understand the things he's talking about. That's it. Oh, by the way, David Banner, he said, can we explain applied forces? Yeah, applied force is just like Pascal's law, where the force applied is based on the surface area. That's practically what applied force is.
Good to see you, David. Right?
By the way, good to see
Hey,
you,
David.
Yeah.
Mr. Hulk, right?
Pre-Hulk.
Pre-Hulk.
So again,
Pre-Hulk. I like it.
stationary,
Mhm.
stationary person holding a stationary object, and when we release that object, these absolute Cretonius bum-sniffing imbeciles
Who's insulting now?
Yeah.
claim from stationary it all accelerates to the ground.
Claiming from stationary, it all accelerates to the ground. Okay. I'm going to show a demonstration, Dal. I'm on my stationary Earth, got a cell phone. This is the level of the cell phone. I'm going to let the cell phone go.
Mm.
It appeared to go down.
Wow.
And it was stationary. How about that? Now, if he throws it, it's a little bit different because there's a force behind it. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, does this phone have weight?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So that means the phone itself is creating a force on the air around it.
Yep.
Because the air can't support it.
Aye.
Displacement. That's right.
So it displaces its weight according to its ratio to the medium. So therefore, what happens when the medium cannot support it, or my hand, I'm using energy to hold this up, by the way,
That happens.
cannot support this anymore? Oh, wait, it accelerates. Accelerates in what direction, Del?
Dune.
Dune, because why? The force of the object is greater than the friction of the air.
Aye.
Aye.
Now
And by the way-
try putting
By-
it on something that has a greater friction, like your table.
Well, let's just use my arm for me. That would be
Yeah,
representative.
good. Exactly.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, let's, for instance, take a helium balloon, guys.
That's right.
Which way does a helium balloon accelerate upwards? Oh, I just gave you the answer.
Yeah,
So,
that was a difficult one as well, Flat. So I wish you never gave me the answer for that. I wanted to work that out.
So, yeah, the balloon accelerates up. Now, Del, which is the greater force? The displacement of the medium. It's all displacement of medium to object weight ratio. That's it. It's the ratio between the medium and the object's displacement. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what gives its acceleration, it gives its net forces. Now, when the bottle accelerates down, the stuff inside the bottle hasn't got that friction. It's the bottle that's got the friction. Therefore,
Yeah.
the net forces are zero.
Yeah.
We need a little man inside the bottle to throw it, so we can make sure though.
It's just simply he's got such a misunderstanding of physics that he wants to call everybody else retarded and dumb and moronic and just insult everybody because he himself is projecting his Dunning-Kruger idiocy onto everyone.
He's putting his own doctrine into physics.
Very much similar to Sean Hawkins.
Yes.
Whoa,
Exactly
not
like
Sean
Sean
Hawkins.
Hawkins. And they say it with the same great confidence as well.
No.
Nice. I was thinking he
Like
doesn't
he-
understand reference frames in this point right here. He doesn't get there is a separate reference frame because there is a container, right?
Yeah, this is so simple. This is actually like one of the worst streams I've been on. Not like bad, but you know what I mean. It's just like there's nothing here.
There's nothing. This is his response to my challenge, guys.
You literally had to pull up a third grade like PowerPoint. I love it.
Hey,
This
Mr.
guy-
Chess, he says, evening, guys. I got slagged off by the Rising Earth crew for questioning their claims in the Nachi chat a few days ago. Apparently, I'm a drunk lunatic for not buying the Rising Earth claims. That's exactly the thing. Mr. Chess, this is why I call it a cult. Everybody in my chat now, just because you associate with me even, the whole Natch crew will just insult. I go in there, I just say, how's it going? I get insulted. Anybody else that associates with me, hello, they get insulted. And the sad thing is, this is why I'm calling Chiquita out about this as well, because before he had Dull and them on the stream for this chat, I emailed him myself. And I said, hey, Natch, would we be able to organize a nice chat on your channel? Because I think we can have a nice conversation where the people aren't going to overtalk each other and insult and stuff. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll talk to him. I never got a response back. A few days later, he has QNFI on his show. Him and QNFI slagging me off on QNFI's straw man arguments of pushing AE maps on me that I don't ascribe to. I email him and say, what's going on? Why are you slagging me off? Never get a response. A day or two later, he has Dull and company on there, all slagging me off again.
No doubt.
And it's like, okay, can I have the link to come on? Once I leave and I've got other things to do, then it's, oh no, come back, you must come on.
No doubt.
After I spent
Chilean,
an hour in his chat.
it is a Ouija trait, Chilean. Definitely a Ouija trait.
So yeah, I call it a cult because they are a cult. Anybody that doesn't agree with them, they will just do what they do. They don't
That's
want to
why-
listen to reason.
That's why I call them anyway, Norman, sideways globers. Maybe they're all glass pretending to be flaps. I call them sideways globers.
But
man.
I got another question. Dal was very specific when he came onto our show, where he said Earth is rising up.
Aye.
Correct?
Aye.
He says that's not what he's claiming.
What else can he be?
He says we're always misrepresenting him. But his argument literally is the Earth is rising up to meet the object.
Yeah, but how can you represent him when he claims, like, he talks out of both sides of his mouth?
Exactly.
1 minute it's accelerating in his diagrams, but it's not really. You know, it's like, how can you represent that?
Well, don't you know Einstein said that the Earth is observably not moving, even though it is. So take that, Flatwood.
Good to see
Yeah,
you.
but that's just a thought experiment. Nate, that's just a thought experiment. But that's exactly him taking this thought experiment and claiming it to be real for his flat Earth.
That's mental gymnastics, not thought experiment.
Idiotic. Exactly, Mad Mac. The Bible tells me the Earth is stationary, and our observations do so too. Amen.
That's it.
Okay, let's carry on listening to his insulting idiocy. You get fish. There is no accelerating Earth based on observation and demonstration. So I'm going to explain it in a very simple manner again. When you drop the water bottle down
and everything inside it is not mixing up. It's due to net forces. All the net forces equal to zero.
Cheers, buddy.
because they
Thanks
will
for coming, man.
accelerate. Yes, you heard
Yeah,
me.
it's bad.
Accelerate at the same rate.
I think Soft did say it was
Again,
good, man.
you know, other than using circular reasoning, if we have to lend this notion that there's force that can act upon matter like that, can Flatzoid, without using circular reasoning, without begging the question, right? Can he demonstrate it? Can he isolate such a force? Can he demonstrate it in any other vector, or just misinterpret the vector that's already there? And
I want to say, Cole Taylor, I see there. Dal, good grief, bro. Just stop and admit you got it wrong. Thank you.
Oh, Dylan, that was there as well. Dylan was
Yeah,
there.
Dylan was there.
Who was else? Sandro was there. He told me he was there as well. He came in with his head all battered. He's like, oh.
Yeah, this was my stream that I had. That was him in there. But Dal was in there, and Dal couldn't even just come and type 1 or 2 in chat. I mean, this was after asking. This is his response. Wow, you really are clueless, boy. First of all, why is he calling me a boy?
I know.
Isn't that him trying to show his dominance over me for some reason?
Trying to make
Sorry.
me seem inferior. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dal, but I'm not scared of you, man. Don't know why I should be.
It's been condescending calling you boy.
Yeah. Because he also says, I wouldn't dare talk to him like this in front of his face. Obviously, he doesn't know us South Africans.
No.
Also, it's like the most, like, it's the stupidest argument of all time.
I know.
You tell me that I'm wrong, you debate me in person, I'm gonna assault you. That's how little of an impulse.
That's how
control.
childish it is. That's how childish.
This guy needs.
I don't care.
I didn't say mental therapy. This guy needs Jesus.
Absolutely. I need Jesus. Always need Jesus. But I will still fight McDoon in the ring.
But you know what their argument against this is? You guys only take what's optical. So your observation's optical. It doesn't make it actual. He's literally doing the globe argument for when we say curve that they claim is just optical. He's now saying what we're claiming here is just optical. So he's literally taking globe arguments that are really idiotic and stupid and trying to tell us, oh, you guys are wrong.
Has he debated a globie before, or does he just debate on the upward?
I'm starting to think more and more he is a globe shill. I'm sorry. What's up, Dave? Good to see you.
What's happening, man?
Because I'm thinking if he hasn't debated
Dave.
a globe and hasn't presented his points to what should be the enemy, or what we should think is the enemy, is the debate sphere, right? He's just debating on the upwards rising Earth, nothing about curvature, nothing about the globe being a lie, right? It's just weird that he's only attacking flat earthers, at least anti-upwards rising earthers.
Mm-hmm. So what's up, Soph?
Oh man, I didn't even get a notification for this, man. Not a bit.
Nobody gets notifications anymore.
I went over to your channel and
Nope.
even clicked on the live, and it didn't show as an upcoming that you even had anything going.
Yeah.
I just happened to look on the YouTube. I was arguing with somebody on Facebook, and I looked over on YouTube, and it showed you were live, and I'm like, "What the fuck, man?"
You see, the thing is, the restream doesn't give me any way to show it's scheduled anymore on YouTube. It shows it's scheduled on restream, but not on YouTube. So I have to wait till I'm live before I can actually share it out.
Jesus. Well, I was listening about that, and it's like, man, these people they're just like globetards. They're no different. Okay, they're no different. They're going to embrace this equivalency bullshit, just like the globetards do. And you can tell that it's a weak belief because of how angry they get when you call it into question. That you say, no, I'm not buying it. Blasphemer. It's a belief. That's why. And it's a weak one at that. And it definitely does come from what you said. They don't understand. They don't understand the importance of the displacement ratio, zero net force. They don't know what any of that shit is. And they think, oh, look, there was an air bubble did some shit. So that means the Earth is rising up. Okay, there you go. Interferometry doesn't show any upward movement, doesn't show any movement at all. Yet this is happening. You're just continuously increasing speed all the time, moving upward. I mean, get out of here, man. That's just, how can you even entertain such a ridiculous idea?
Instead of Glovers looking through the telescope, the upwards rising Earthers look at the water bubble.
And that group over on Nachiquitas, he's turning into this like Paul on
That's
Slave.
insane.
Yeah,
But
there's
you know,
like
no, but you know what's
Jerry
happening with
Springer.
Natch, which is irritating with Natch. He's like having this whole holier than thou kind of
Yeah.
thing, like, oh, I'm all loving and everybody's getting hateful. We must work together. But in the meantime, that's all that's coming from that chat.
That's it.
We go
It's
and
just
say,
all,
we go there and say hello, and you get attacked like crazy.
well, I mean, first off, if you've got a guy that part of his name is asshole, okay, and you've got him as a moderator, I got timed out. I got timed out over there, and I hadn't or timed out or blocked or something. Anyway, my messages wouldn't come up anymore. I hadn't even said anything negative. All I
Yeah,
did
well,
was they started attacking me and said, well, what causes this, that, and the other? I typed in displacement. And they got triggered. And I mean,
don't
this
like
guy, Jake the asshole, because he doesn't like Jaron. And I do a show on Wednesday nights with Jaron that we don't even really talk about flat earth or any of the fucking shit. We're just making fun of NASA videos and shit that automatically that puts me in, oh, you're going to be hated too because I have the I Hate Jaron Club or whatever. And I'm like, you need to grow up, quit being so fucking sophomoric,
Well, Sov, you're a shill now, How dare you go on people's shows that nobody agrees with someone?
Wow, yeah, I guess that's rough.
Well, anyway, this was a show that Dell came on my channel. By the way, he claimed on the stream we were watching, he never went on it. He doesn't go on our streams.
Oh.
So he lied. And he also claims we don't go on his streams and talk about it. Which he also lied because I've been on there and he kicked me off. He kicked me. So I just want to show something on here.
David got
Potential energy and all these energies, that's fine. It's your prerogative. We're not saying you have to. But can you explain to us why you can claim if I drop this, let's say it's a lighter, I drop it, it's not actually dropping, the ground is rising to meet it.
How do we what is this energy stuff? You're all laughing and you don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Did you see what I said, Del?
Flatzoid, I've asked you for the last 2 years to
We have answered you for the last 2 hours. Now I'm asking you, you are claiming this object is not falling. How can you claim this object is not falling where I can physically measure it had a force? It falls, it actually makes a force, and it's observable. And you're telling me it's not. You're telling me the Earth is rising towards it. So tell me how you come to that conclusion so we can actually get to your claim.
We're going to have that discussion until we get past this, but
you're not accepting physics. We can't help you. It's not going to get anywhere. We do accept physics. You don't. So it doesn't help getting in. Get to your claim so we can understand why you claim this is not physically falling down. It's not physically moving. You claim that, so explain it to us how you get that.
We're talking physics, so physics is real world physical stuff, correct? Correct?
Sorry?
Physics is the study of real world physical stuff.
Yes. And in physics, we can literally see this thing physically falling to the ground, physically measure it falling, physically see a force attributed to it, and you claim there is no force attributed to it.
In physics, in the physical world, where is energy?
In the object itself, in the transference, energy is all around. Right. Look at it as a ether, if you want to. It's just everywhere. It's the building blocks of a force.
You've just claimed it again. That the energy is in matter. So extract it from the matter and show me it.
How?
You're claiming it, not me.
Okay, I'll extract energy from matter. Can someone quickly show me this heat? I'm extracting the heat from this cup. Oh wait, my hand's hotter than the cup now. The cup is extracting the energy from my hand. Heat, energy. There we go. I've just demonstrated transference of energy again.
You're just
I'm going to hit the button on this thing, and that's going to heat this, and that's going to allow me to get a vapor out of it.
Yes, because that's how a machine works. Because every machine.
You guys listening to what he's saying? The guy, how much times do I have to ask him, you claiming the Earth's rising up? You're saying this object that's literally falling is not literally falling. How do you come to that conclusion? And he's just trying to go back to energy because he doesn't know what energy is. It's insane.
Madness.
He's actually going to get really pissed off now, and he's going to get shooting and leave.
Yeah.
Let's go do that before let's go there around there. No food, no energy, no movement.
No. You're avoiding it continually. You believe that there's a transfer of stuff from one thing to another. So what's transferring from one to that?
Okay, do you work on a calorie deficit, Dal? You like me, we work out. Do you have a calorie deficit?
Am I transferring calories to the lighter right now?
Do you work on a calorie deficit?
How am I transferring calories to the lighter?
By picking up, you've transferred potential energy because you poured it out of its relative equilibrium. So once you let go, it has to transfer that potential energy to kinetic energy, therefore it drops.
So again, Flatzoid's talking about a transference of stuff from one thing to another thing. Okay? So when just like I gave you the scenario of the 2 cups again, Flatzoid, with the tea in it, I transferred the tea, the substance, from there to there. The thing that was transferred was a thing that can be isolated and shown to you. Now, when you say I give this potential energy, you are claiming I am transferring something to this. So what you may have to do is isolate the thing that is going from me to the lighter. Can you do that?
By holding it where it was.
No.
Can you just quickly hold it back there? Can you hold it up there, Del?
No.
Can you hold it for everybody up there again?
No,
and then let it go. Then let it go and tell us where the lighter moved to, please.
That's right. We're not even at that point yet. Listen.
We are, because you are literally making my point. You picked it up, you put potential energy, you let it go, it had energy, it moved. Did it move or not when you let it go, Del?
Why are you laughing?
Cackling like a
It's
witch.
hilarious.
I know.
Did the lighter move? Sorry?
Says cackling like a witch.
But you understand, it's idiotic. I mean, the guy doesn't know the basics of even energy.
Somebody got to set him on fire.
I was exasperated that night. I just stayed out of it. I was like, oh, he's talking shit.
Oh.
I just want to get to where he rage quits.
It's not long. I don't think it's long.
To your rising Earth, because it's getting late, man. What is your claim about the rising Earth? Because it literally goes against all physics we spoke about tonight. Every bit of it.
That's right. Are you going to isolate this transferring stuff that you keep
I just did. The T you transferred was not energy. The T you transferred was physical T.
Yes. So
when you let that T go, it will.
So energy's not physical stuff then?
Energy describes it.
Describes what?
It describes the work.
The motion.
You get different types of energy.
Different
just
types
like
of
we
motion,
explained.
rather.
Potential, kinetic. You know how frustrating this was? It was like talking to a little... I don't know. It's like trying to speak Chinese to a Spanish deaf blind person.
That's bad. Like, for instance, if you set a firebrand on fire, don't you transfer energy to the firebrand from the fire? That would be a transference of heat, and it goes on all levels.
Well, let's do it this way. You get different. I'm sure, Sov, you've worked with explosives before. How does it work that there's more energy?
Well, it's because there's a huge reaction taking place in a small confined space, and it has no choice but to expand.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's take it this way. If you have 10 sticks of
rapid expansion.
Let's say you have 10 sticks of TNT. Will it have more energy than one stick of TNT?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, if you're talking about heat energy, yeah, it's a thing because I mean, even heat has an extinction limit. A fire with sticks isn't gonna be as good as a fire with logs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes in the opposite direction too with temperature, right? Like if it gets so cold, it will do the exact opposite. It's the transference of the energy, right? If it freezes, it will cause.
But no matter
things-
which fire you build, eventually it will also burn out.
Yeah. Well, that would be the entropy thing, which nobody can avoid, right? Or anything, for that matter.
Heat, thermal.
Can I ask what difference it makes?
It's hugely relevant and hugely important because, when people use words like force and Flatzoid makes jokes, motion causes motion, he doesn't comprehend that that's the facts. Because in order for something to move, something else has to move. And it's a never-ending cycle of one thing moving to another thing. That's the only way motion actually happens. You don't have motion through concepts of energy or any of this stuff. Flatzoid continues to claim that there's a transfer of stuff from one thing to another thing. There's not. There's no such thing as energy. It's a concept to describe motion.
I think
that's hermetic principle.
I think he's not understanding. Remember, Del, when I said you changed the location of this physical object, I physically had to use energy, burn energy to change the location of this object. I've now put it in a place that if I let it go, why would you expect it to stay there? It won't. It has to go somewhere because I put it out of its equilibrium. I physically used energy to stick it the way it is. I've changed its location. So what happens is that potential energy it has now, its description of it is now in a place of disequilibrium, has to do work. When I let it go, it does work. It's called kinetic energy.
It's I think where Dell's at is like with the hermetic principles, where it says that everything is continuously in motion. Everything is causation and reaction continuously.
That's reality. That's exactly what reality is. All we observe is motion.
Don't agree.
That's chaos theory. It's not reality.
Don't agree with that, Del. Like I said, if I have something on a tape, because I said I don't agree, he starts laughing.
Has he ever been to a power plant and watched a turbine work, and it actually goes in motion and it causes friction, which is a transfer of energy? That would be a good example. If you want to.
I want to ask: is friction movement, guys?
No, it's caused by it though.
So friction is the resistance to movement.
Right.
And friction has energy.
True.
So not moving causes moving, Del. I'm stationary. My phone on the table here is stationary. My table on the ground is stationary. It's not moving. Okay? You claiming it is moving. Yeah, are you not?
Flatzoid. In order to have something move, you need something else moving to cause the motion.
Is my table moving? Am I moving at this moment?
Move the table.
I can't. It's bolted to the ground.
Right, if it's not bolted to the ground, you can move it by using motion.
Yeah.
The point is my table moving now, Del? Am I moving?
Flatzoid, we're not even getting to
It's
that
a simple
point yet.
yes or no question. This is why I say Del's dishonest, guys.
No, you just can't.
Ask a question. Yeah, you ask a question over and over.
Flatzoid, I'm a Globey. Ask me if the Earth, if you can feel the Earth spin, or if we're spinning.
Nate the Globey, can you feel the Earth rotating?
You can't feel it, but you are.
But that's a direct answer, though. You gave me an answer to my question.
Yeah, Globies are more honest than Dell.
Yeah, Del, I asked him the question. By the way, this whole stream, that 2.5 hours, us solving them, we asked him over and over and over the same question. He refused to answer it. We just want to find out what his claim is. Because he is claiming the Earth is rising to meet the object. So the object is not physically
Just
dropping.
won't say them words. He just won't say that word. Them words. That's it.
He just won't answer because
Can
he
see.
knows
Yeah.
it's stupid.
Wow. Wouldn't a force cause motion, though? That's basically the whole point. You have to have a force in order to, an unbalanced force, basically, to cause anything to go into motion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the whole point is, right? But he thinks it's constantly going. There's not an unbalanced force at all. We're all in some kind of.
He thinks if I let go of this phone, okay, he thinks now it's accelerating. If I let it go, it's not moving. He thinks this falling is not it moving. We are moving to meet it. He's saying this phone, because it's at zero net force when we let it go, we are the ones moving.
He can't explain this, though, can he? No.
But,
The guy,
but it's moving at a constant.
He's an
Well,
idiot.
it's just simple, Keith. The other day I was standing out there getting ready to cross the road so that I could get my mail, right? And this car was going by, but you know what I realized? The car wasn't going by. The car was actually standing still. It was the earth that was moving by. I was moving by. Everything. My house was moving by the car. It was stationary. That makes as much damn sense.
Of course.
But it's insane. But that's when you can see if a person's honest or not. If they just won't. They refuse to answer. Paintings. If we don't have descriptive language, how the hell are we supposed to communicate? It's just communication.
And we have to agree on what those things mean as well. Like, that's why we have a dictionary to describe the terms, right?
So just to be said, Flatzoid, what does the word force and energy and potential energy mean? Because as you say, the word man only is a word to describe what I am.
Yeah.
So force and energy and these types of things, what are they describing?
Force and energy, work to do. So the energy is work to do. The force is attributed to cause something to move. So it's resistance to inertia.
I'm out.
Potential energy is the potential for it to use that energy. And kinetic energy is the use of that energy.
See why she can get past this fucking nonsense, man. Get back to me.
It's not nonsense. It's literally shown and demonstrated and explained to you in many different ways.
That's it.
There we go.
That was enough for him.
He's going to quit. Yeah.
Right.
Bye, Dale.
Yeah, and notice he didn't even answer us once. Are you going to explain how you get to the conclusion that the object is not moving, but we are moving to the object?
I don't think there's a demonstration you can show that presents that idea, is there?
Yep.
No.
I mean, even this stream that he's looking at now, he asked me in there, show a demonstration where everything in the bottle is accelerating in lockstep. I took his demonstration and showed it on screen. He didn't like that, by the way.
No doubt.
You're rubbing his nose in it, dude, with his own shit. Sorry. Pardon
Yeah,
my French.
his own demonstrations make our point.
God help him.
This is literally why I think that we're living in a times of idiocracy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite sad, guys, and this is, I'm not trying to be mean or anything to all the people that support Dal, but wake up and smell the coffee. Think for yourself. You guys became flat earthers for a reason, because you saw through the bullshit of the globe. Now you're falling back into that bullshit by being gullible because you're believing Dal that clearly shows he has no idea on what he's talking about at all. That's it. I don't have any other thing other to say than wake up.
Oh, wake up, boy. Wake up, boy.
Wake up, you boy.
Susie, wake up.
Norman Cross, I am really starting to think Dal is controlled. I don't know if you guys want to vote in chat. Type 1 if you think Dal is controlled opposition, or type 2 in chat if you think he's just an absolute or idiotic moron.
Yeah, it's good.
I think he's just confused and his pride has gotten in the way. Now he can't back out. I do know this, though. I do know this, that these people that want to get angry and be assholes and shit to everybody, That just shows that you have a weak belief system.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was over there. I unsubscribed to Nachikita. I got along with him. I always used to get along with him and everything. He'd come on my show, blah, blah, blah. You know, everything cool, right? I was over there and I'm like, this has turned into a fucking cult.
It has.
These people are creeps. He's got Jake the Asshole as a moderator over there. I'm like,
But you know what's
me, man.
Jake the Asshole and QNF, they both claim not to be flat earthers. Okay? They clearly state they're not flat earthers.
I've heard Q call himself a true earther.
Yeah. Those two, in my opinion, shouldn't be counted as even trustworthy and anything, especially the things they're pushing these days. Do you know Jake the Asshole and QNF are pushing that we all live in a simulation and we all have our own simulated sun?
Yeah, I got that wrong.
There's no such thing as perspective when you look at the sun, according to them.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah, weird. Now they're over with Eddie Banjo, both of those two, Jake and Q, and they're helping him.
I like Eddie. I think Eddie's just a bit soft when it comes to telling people off sometimes.
There's a poison in flat earth and it's spreading.
True.
Okay, I see it doesn't show Nikita's email address, so I'm going to show it on screen. You guys can see on screen?
Yeah.
Screen?
No, you screen.
No, it's not streaming it. There we go. Okay. This is what I wrote to Natch. This is before even QNF was on. Debating Rising Earth. Morning, Natch. Hope you're doing well, mate. I just want to find out, can we set up a debate sometime on your channel? I would like to have a calm debate about this rising Earth. As you know, I don't agree with it, and it seems we need a cool, calm, and collective person to delegate the discussion. Have a great day, man. Bless you. Well, he replies, yes, hi, Flatter. Yes, I agree. I think that is a good idea. No ad hominem from either side. Just stick to the point and be clear with terms, and rather than having a debate where people are looking to be right and the other just trying to listen to the other one and making the effort to see why people think they have what they do. I have respect for people even though I may not agree, and even if their idea or concept may be foreign or weird to me. I try to listen and understand, and once enough information is there, we can approach it from different angles. I have a show with Dal and Will this week, so let me try coordinate with Dal and William with you. Maybe you can choose someone else to come with you and to have a conversation with, and Dal wants to sit it. But let me approach Dal and see what we want to do, and we get back to whatever we want, 1v1 or 2v2, whatever. Dal may not wish to speak to you. I will keep you posted, Natch. That's the last email I ever got from you guys.
Nice.
So after that, he had QNF on, slagging me off, and then he had all those people on slagging me off, and I wasn't even allowed to go and defend myself.
A bit of fickleness and two-facedness going on now.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling him out part of the same cult, because he literally just turned his back like this. Yeah. I didn't give him a reason to. I never insulted the guy, was never mean to the guy.
Yeah, when you join the Upwards Rising Earth, you gotta disconnect from all your family and live in a shack like Del.
Don't forget, you got to sell all your goods and get rid of all your paraphernalia as a child, and then you have to get a
wood oven, wood fire oven, to make sure you can become as minimalist as possible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just make brews all day long and sit around on the internet and talk down to people who disagree with you.
Yeah. Make sure you smoke at least a pack a day.
Oh yeah. No signs of a cult there at all, sir. Yeah. I don't see it.
Well, I don't think we need to go on with Del's video though, because he just does this the whole time though. He just insults and shows he doesn't understand the physics. He even tries to explain interferometry. We can maybe show that part if you guys want to.
Yeah, why not?
Where he says it doesn't measure anything.
I mean, that would just be beating a dead horse, but if you want to, yeah.
But think about it. Last time I checked, aeroplanes use interferometry for their gyros.
That's fact,
It
yeah.
measures an angle based on a reference. So it actually measures something.
It does. I think that's the whole point to it, right?
Yeah, it's really weird. Just listen.
Interferometer is just another way of optically interpreting things. Look. There's nothing to go after. Again, Natch, see if you don't really comprehend the topic, I would suggest that you just don't engage in it until you're up to speed. Right?
Oh, and just by the way, it looked like Natch wasn't really understanding what Del was saying. So what does a good cult leader do? No, don't engage with it.
Yeah, he
Well,
doesn't even try and
fine.
teach him.
Let me rather teach you about it, then you can engage with it.
Yeah, he's not. It's like learn about it, then come back to me, then I'll teach you about it.
Yeah, because he's unsure about it.
Of course.
Hmm.
Yeah, go and learn
How many
about
times
it.
how many times you've seen in a cult someone goes and says, "Well, I'm not sure about this," and then all of a sudden, "No, don't worry, that's just not really that, you know."
Yeah.
Well,
Just
every cult
trust
has their
me.
teachings.
Right.
Every cult has
Yeah,
their
just-
teachings, right?
Go and learn
I mean-
about it, then I'll come back, and then I'll teach you about it.
Yeah.
You go to
If you
go
have
to
any
Mormonism,
questions, yeah.
you go to Mormonism and you're like, well, I don't know if really Jesus had, had like actual like physical sex, and they're like, no, it's okay. Let us teach you about it, right? Of course, everyone you're listening to is wrong.
Look at how he
See,
tries
we've
to
got two
explain.
platforms moving in the same direction.
Grieving.
Right? See, we've got two platforms moving in the same direction. Right? And now we've got an interferometry device here. Right? That's detecting the change. Right? Now these two things, as they go in the same direction, this one now loses the rate that it was going at. So the interferometer, if you put little detectors on this here, right?
First of all, that's not how interferometer works, you absolute chuff nugget.
Nice.
Yeah, enough, chug it.
I almost forgot about that one. That's right, Chuck Nugget.
We should call him the Great Chuff Nugget.
Has the guy ever heard of the Sagnac effect before?
Probably not.
The guy thinks the interferometer works with points. What? What's he explaining here? You see, this is why I say, Del, stop talking about something if you don't know what they're even talking about. You got an audience that's gullible enough to believe you. You're teaching them stuff that's wrong.
And both are going in the same direction, but this one slows down. Then this one detects a change of this one here. Right? Now if you're on this one, you can interpret that as, oh well, that one went down like that.
Damn.
But it doesn't. You're not
He just proved he didn't know what this.
what the true.
He just proved he didn't know what the sagnetic effect is at all.
He just proved he doesn't know what an interferometer is or how it works.
And there was Whitsitt. He tried to talk to this guy. You can't, because he can't shut his fucking pie hole long enough to let somebody finish what they're saying. And then admitted he didn't know anything about interferometry. And said, it didn't, and Whitsitt said it doesn't show any movement upward or anything. And he says, well, I don't know anything about that. He says, well, that's what you said a few weeks ago, and you said you were going to look into it, and he still hadn't, because it's going to fuck his belief up. That's why. That's the only reason, see?
Whitsitt, actually, yeah, when he spoke to him about this, actually, do you think we should bring that up and everybody can listen to that discussion?
I haven't seen it actually. It'd be funny
It was
to see.
actually very good. Whitsitt, I have to give big ups to him with that. He like
I forgot where that was at. Do you have it?
Can I clarify something right quick? In interferometry, they're actually measuring the time it takes to travel through the medium, the light.
It's the light travels in two directions, split through mirrors. Okay.
Yeah, that's a split one. Yeah.
They're two different wavelengths of light. So as soon as the whole interferometer moves, it picks up a delay in one of those lights.
Yeah.
Light beams.
Okay.
And that's what it reads. It reads that movement from that path. What he's showing on screen is nowhere near interferometry, nowhere near anything. The guy's a total.
Enough chugget.
There it is.
I'm gonna quickly see if I can get that.
I got it.
You got it.
I'm gonna put it over here.
Oh man, I can't believe it.
I have an idea. Since Dell is here and Whitsitt is here, why don't we have a one-on-one if both of them agree? No interruptions, mano a mano, and let's hash this out. How about that?
Oh shit! I didn't even know Dell was here.
Like I can talk for a few minutes. I literally came in here just for a couple minutes. So if we can expedite it, sure. I have like 20 things I'm supposed to be doing today. So we can talk about it. I have a simple question. Why does linear interferometry not detect it? Now, Doofus gave them their best answer, but believe it or not, I'm already going to destroy that as soon as someone says it. If someone doesn't say what Doofus says, they're just conceding. So sure, Dale, if the Earth is moving up, then why does linear interferometry not detect it? It's a very simple question.
If Dell answers, nobody, and I mean nobody, interrupt. Dell and Whitsitt.
I mean, guys, before that, it's very straightforward.
And I love SC.
I haven't had the SC Montreal since Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still over there. I love SC's voice. Yeah,
No,
I just love it.
No, I mean, I last seen him in Brandon's. Brandon is
I've seen this. I think Saab had it on his show.
Because I see him put a video out for ages, so I didn't know. I used to see him live every night. But,
SC used to be around a lot.
He used to like using that thing about the hump or slope.
Yeah. If you're 5 miles apart on a boat and you're looking across at another boat, are you going to see a hump or a drop?
Or a drop. On a boat.
Yeah, because it contradicts.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, did you hear the question that Whitsitt asked Dal now? Very simple. Interferometry linearly doesn't pick up Earth moving upwards. Why is that, Dal? It's simple as that.
Pretty simple question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you there?
I'm here. You hear me?
Yes.
You need to forgive me. I'm a wee bit bunged up here with a cold, so it's quite hard listening. I thought this was going to be, grown-up, mature discussion, but it doesn't seem to be the case. The thing about the interferometry, I don't fully comprehend the interferometry. My main contention is that there's no downwards acceleration. It's demonstrable that there's no downwards acceleration. Accelerometers do not detect downwards acceleration, so globe Earth and stationary flat Earth is a real issue.
Did you say you can't comprehend it?
Yeah, he did.
Because the guy doesn't understand that when it shows net force 0 on an interferometer, he doesn't understand that is it measuring acceleration. He doesn't understand that is it measuring acceleration because it says 0. He thinks because it says 0, therefore it doesn't measure it. Because
the point I'm making is that he's just conceding that he doesn't know what it is because, if he knew what it was but was arguing against it, you say, well, I don't think it's a strong argument. You wouldn't say I can't comprehend it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Dunce Dell.
Chuff Nugget. Done.
But there's no such thing as a FE leader, man. Don't know what to talk about.
I've heard there's legends though.
Can I just listen regarding this? Too many people think that we should all just get along and truth causes division. If we were all agreeing, it'd be stupid. We'd be back to globers. So there's going to be all this falling out and that. You know what I mean? It's that's how you discern truth.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
But it's clearly obvious that there's infiltrators, like clearly obvious.
And it's coming out the woodworks more and more now.
But I'm also under opinion that like flat Earth should lead you to understanding there's a creator, and then you should then go forward from that and find out who that creator is. And people are just in flat Earth just for arguing with globers and whatever. It's like some people are in it for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
They want to prove everybody wrong. That's why they're in it.
Like, flat Earth is just knowledge. If you don't come to the realization of Christ, it's just knowledge.
It's a right tiny little bit of Bible.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
My main contention with these things is the request of some type of force that can accelerate all matter, and this is where Witsit, I don't know what it is with you, Witsit. I don't know if there's a party that just wants to be right and misrepresent.
Just ask him a question.
You were mentioning the last time about individual pieces of matter. An accelerometer is not just one piece of matter. It's a relationship between matter that detects when a force is present, and a force is just simply motion. So we've got an issue because accelerometers in all their forms detect absolutely no downwards.
Force is just motion. No, how many times have we told this? You get different types of forces, man.
Mostly unbalanced ones.
This guy's when is he ever going to learn? The guy doesn't even know what a force is himself, and yet he wants to keep telling everybody what force is.
Don't get it.
Acceleration.
Okay, so you avoided the question.
Mm-hmm.
You said you. Go ahead.
This is why it's difficult to speak to people like you. The very first thing I said, Witsit, was I don't fully comprehend interferometry. It's something I need to research and look at.
And we definitely see you don't comprehend it. Yeah. We saw that when you drew that diagram.
He even insults Witsit just by talking to him. People like you.
Yeah, that's why I don't talk to people like you, because I ignore your questions and then want to insult you because you asked me a question that I can't answer.
People like you.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Can't he?
Yeah, but I told you about it 2 weeks ago. So.
But no, listen, you came on and proselytized and rhymed off a big spiel. You weren't engaging in any discussion. I'm a practical guy. When I'm dealing.
No, Cheswick, it's thou lift us up where we belong, where the floor rises up and the shade comes with us.
My super chat set that off, didn't it? Upward rising shade.
With engineering principles or anything practical, it's objective. There's no heatedness. There's no emotional, bias. That doesn't ever have to get like that. It's just a simple discussion. If I'm sitting with another engineer and another mechanic says,
I don't have time for this, though. You want to talk about the subject, or you want to cry about me personally? You said you don't know anything about interferometry. Okay, let me respond. I have to go. Let me respond. You said that you don't know anything about interferometry. Dude, I respect that you're not going to speak about. Let me respond, dude. Look, I tried to be cool with you, bro. I tried to be cool with you.
Dude. Conversation, son. You're irritating me already, wee man.
Okay, so I respect that you're not going to talk about it if you don't understand it. That's cool, but I brought it up to you a couple weeks ago. You just projected onto me that I'm afraid to be wrong. No, or you would have looked directly. Who's emotional again?
See how he's over talking with it, guys?
Of course.
All he's been doing the whole time is avoiding his argument, trying to obfuscate, insulting him, and talking over him.
The only one who I see getting emotional all the time is Del.
He said, he said it to Michael when he replied to
that kind of beer demonstration.
And before you get emotional, Michael, and he's the one you're the one saying, well, I put it to you, this Del. Being all calm, you know what I mean? He's the one getting all emotional.
Does Del have any children, dude? Has he ever raised any kids? Does he have any idea what patience is?
I think I don't know.
Oh, did his mother have any kids that lived, you mean?
He'd be
my God.
He would be such fodder for a damn psychologist. I mean, they would end up as an adult living on a psychologist's couch, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That guy, I bet you right off the bat. What you mean you didn't put your shirt in the dresser?
Okay, let's move on, guys. No, we shouldn't bring up his children into the chat. I mean, just like I expect people to respect
You're
what's
right.
going
You're
on.
right. You're right.
Yeah, you're right. That's my fault, dude. I'm sorry. I just want to know if where he had patience like that. That's where he didn't have like patience to talk to people. He's never had to. That's all I was making a point.
Well, he has got patience to talk to people because he used to go talking to like students and that, you know.
Yeah,
totally
he did.
different person dealing with them.
But that's why
What
I
happened?
say that's why I say I know. I think he knows he's being dishonest, and that's why he is this way because he doesn't have an argument.
He's all defensive constantly.
He's
Sorry.
all smoke and mirrors at the moment, and he knows that, and that's why he is the way he is because he wasn't like this, guys.
No, his info used to be sound. What I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Who's being emotional?
Guys, you guys obviously have something going on. Why don't you let me have a shot at it with you?
Well, how about someone that is emotionally interrupting me doesn't get to then censor my response, and then you can talk. So I'm gonna
make you right with it because you triggered someone.
Oh my god, bro! You guys are so emotional. You're like a cult. You're like FED 2.0.
That's not going to help though. That's not going to help something.
But I'm trying to calmly address the subject.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you just antagonizing. You antagonize me.
Okay, how about this? Space Monkey, you're muted. Dell, if you don't stop interrupting me, I'm going to mute you. I'm just going to say one last thing, and you guys can do whatever you want.
All right, let Witsit say his last statement, and then he's going to go because he's got stuff to do. And then I want to have a chat with Dell, a nice civil chat on like what's happening right now.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're saying I'm antagonizing. He jumped in and personally ad-hommed me for 3 straight minutes. So whatever. Don't interrupt me, though. So I brought up one simple question. If the Earth is moving up, why is linear interferometry not detected? I'll just jump ahead of this. Doofus gave you your best answer, which is it doesn't detect absolute motion. Stop interrupting me.
Beyond Dell. Please.
He just can't maintain.
That's hell, guys.
It's a weak argument.
Can't
A weak argument.
He just asked him a simple question.
He's feared a wee Witsit, man.
And then he had
Witsit.
and then he had white knights trying to help him as well.
Of course. Jumping in, you know what I mean? Scared a wee Witsit. What's wrong with him?
But yeah, Witsit handled himself very well. Yeah.
Very well, exactly. Very well.
I don't want to mute you, Dell. Please.
Okay. Linear interferometry, right? If the Earth is moving up, I'm asking why does it not detect it? The best answer you can say is because it's absolute motion, meaning that there's no change in velocity. That's why the interferometry doesn't detect it. Okay. The problem with that is that there is measurably a change in the rate of things falling on the Earth. You guys claim, oh, well, yeah, electrostatics or the electric field or something electromagnetic is probably doing that. Okay, whatever. What that means is that you would measure the motion of the Earth in relation to something else because things are changing. The actual rate is changing. So to marry those together, you have to acknowledge that the rate actually changes, right? So we actually have highly precise gravimetric interferometry measurements. And also you then conflate it to an accelerometer, which the accelerometers, MEMS accelerometers, for example, they use capacitance, which I told you about last time as well. They actually use the capacitance between 2 plates, and then they convert that into an electrical signal to then give you, the final reading. Okay, so it absolutely does measure because the piezoelectric crystal inside of the MEMS accelerometer is detecting downward pressure. It's being converted into an electric signal, giving you a final output of capacitance. That's how we measure the quote-unquote 1G that they hijack. And then the final point I'm going to make is if there's a downward electric current on the Earth, which is measurable, how would that not create a downward bias? So then you would have to claim that there's a downward...
This is the only thing is I would say I don't agree with Witsit though. Still pushing the
downward bias.
Downward bias acceleration, but the accelerometer, yeah, it's just a pulse being sent through a chip, a silicone chip. It's simple as that. But that's what I was saying. Dell doesn't understand net forces. If he understood net forces, he would understand why an accelerometer shows zero, aka zero net force when it accelerates. Oh man. It's because it's calibrated to show 1 G when it's sitting stationary.
How do you calibrate something that measures movement on something moving?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Michael.
Downward bias while things are also moving up, and your final output would have to account for those too. The fluctuation in it automatically debunks the claims it's absolute. So now Jeremy's going to show you that even on the basis level, that acceleration does exist. You can't ignore it. But I would encourage you to at least look into those things, right? Because I'm happy. I've tried to compliment you when people ask me, by the way. I say, I like that Dell is bold enough to think outside the box and think on his own and come up with his own ideas. I've got tons of kick.
Sorry, what did he didn't come up with his own ideas? It was a Flat Earth Society that came up with it. Yeah.
I think he just
He hijacked. He's hijacking it from Flat Earth Society and Globe Rhetoric. So, but I just thought I'd show that, guys. Hey, Francis. Francis, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming.
I was just reading that. Flat Earth Farmer in the house.
So yeah, I don't think we need to touch the subject again, to be honest.
Funny thing is
beat it to death.
that there's CIA documents talking about, or at least actually there's a guy, not CIA documents. There's a guy who knows CIA people and was talking about. He was on a Twitter space with, if you know Zerka, that flat earther.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He was basically saying that the CIA guys told him that they showed him documents that apparently flat Earth was a psyop, and it's documents from the 1950s. Now go and search up when the Flat Earth Society was made. It was made in 1956. So yeah, the Flat Earth Society, all that stuff, psyop, and he did not make any of his ideas. I just want to say that. Yeah, pretty interesting. Some
And you gonna trust the government agent to tell you the truth? There you go.
I do. I trust them.
Oh yeah, me too. Right there with him.
No, essentially the psyop was Flat Earth Society is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
To divert from the true Flat Earth. So.
Oh, okay. The true Flat Earth.
When I first heard about Flat Earth, of course, that was the first thing that came up, and that's where I went. And
that's why it's.
Is he watching this live again?
I just say I hope you're ready for your B-day tomorrow.
Happy birthday to the Shawnee boy. Happy birthday to the Shawnee boy.
Sean, so you
Happy
get
birthday, young 40-year-old Shawnee boy.
You guys would agree with me? Sean should shave his beard off for his birthday, so we can all see him that he doesn't look 40.
Yeah. Dude, you all just cut Sov clean off from where he was.
Oh,
really?
This was the guy that
Sov was talking.
I didn't know. I thought.
How dare you? How dare you guys?
Okay,
I didn't know he was commenting.
Okay, go ahead, Sov. Thanks. Go ahead, Sov.
It's all right. Forget it. It's gone.
The moment's gone.
I didn't even hear you.
Way gone.
I feel your frustration, Dave. Don't worry.
I'm not.
No, I do as well.
Obviously, what I had to say wasn't important, so it's fine.
I can't believe I did that because that pisses me off when it happens to me.
How dare you, PJ?
I know. I didn't even hear anybody talking.
You all just went all at the same time.
All on the other foot.
Shame on you, boys.
Yeah.
I didn't know who commented on my video, but it was this guy. He left two big paragraphs on my video. I was like, it's Sean. Wow. Is Sean a Glober or a Upwards Rising Earther?
Oh. Yeah, he's a Glober.
He's both. Didn't you know that Upward Rising Earthers are Globers and Globers are Upward Rising Earthers? Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I've said that.
That's what I wanted to do. Sorry, before we stop the stream, I have to get something because there was a claim that Dell also made about nobody says on the globe that it is rising and physically, Veritasium did.
Ooh, he did?
Yes, I even showed it many times. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, because not only is it spinning and orbiting, it's also hurling through the solar system.
Let me quickly see if I can find it.
Or the universe, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting worse, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
I think
sick
I've said
already.
that. If you literally just take any of the Glober's arguments and replace it with, like, let's say relativity, right? You can't feel the Earth rising and you can't feel the Earth spinning. There's probably some others I could think of, but that's just the main point. Because that's really the only difference, right? That they think it's upward rising.
They're in the same boat as the rotating Earth people. Okay.
Exactly.
They're in the exact same boat. They have as much proof of an upward rising Earth as they do of a rotating Earth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then
But we
that's
hope-
why then they have to add like pseudoscience and their own made up arbitrary things, right? Like net forces actually don't move flat. So did you know that? Dell actually revised science and motion. And
Yeah, well, he
laws.
makes his own physics up, remember?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. They have to invent their own stuff, just like Globies did. But this is kind of newer, so they don't really have a foot to stand on.
Just looking for the right video from Veritasium because he's done a few of them, but I want a specific one.
Is he doing any more
You guys know which one I'm talking about, correct?
Is he doing any more?
I think I do, yeah.
Is he doing any?
I do get his feeds.
Is he doing any more 7 to 8 hour marathon ones?
Where is you now? Why is it so hard
I was
to find?
I would just envision a donkey pushing a cart up a hill instead of pulling.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that donkey's using energy.
Oh, really?
Del doesn't believe in that.
Yeah, energy doesn't exist, remember?
That's why he's pushing the cart up the hill so he can eat to get that energy.
Yeah.
From the cart.
Hey, didn't you guys know the reason that they put horses on on the chariots is because it's just like cars. The horses never had to rest because energy doesn't exist.
Oh, well, you feed them once and that's it for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, they just gain energy and momentum as the motion goes on, right?
Yep.
Okay. So nothing would ever stop, would it?
I did actually like your explanation, Flatzoid, that it's like an ether kind of energy.
No, it's just to joke around with him, though.
Oh, really? I thought you were talking about something else in that case.
No, it was more like explaining it's always around. It's always there. But yeah, but in short, that's actually what the ether, quote unquote, is supposed to be. Just energy.
Hey, PJ, don't talk about Sean like that.
I was going to say, Michael, Thundercats.
Yeah.
Thundercats, isn't it? I thought so.
Yeah, because this wouldn't even be a foreign thought. Like, there's also chi and prana and all this other stuff, right? So energy is definitely like a thing that's not even exclusive to
Have you ever read the Tao?
The what?
The Tao. The Tao. Sorry, Tao. Yeah. It's a Chinese philosophy where the masters learn.
Oh,
the world.
Taoism. Yeah, Taoism.
Tao.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit, but I don't really go into that stuff. I don't know why. I just like.
Oh, Dubé is really big into it. You should.
I know
look
that's
at
why I
his-
don't look into it because Dubé thinks that Jesus was a mushroom.
Whoa. Mushroom Jesus on upper rising earth. That would be a great pictorial.
That's some illustration.
Stupidest thing I've heard.
Yep.
Hey, Run Boston Bay, what's up, man?
Hey, how's my audio?
Good.
Oh, you sound good.
I'm trying
What's
to get
cracking,
myself.
boy?
Sideways. There you are, normal.
I want to
It's
get myself rotated because I have a clip I want to play
Audit. I mean, from Alan from Space Audits on this topic you guys are discussing. Dang.
Yeah.
Do you have Telegram? Like, do you want me to share screen and play it with audio, or just send it to you on Telegram and you can play it?
Yeah, you can put on your share screen. That's fine.
Okay.
You should be able to
because
share
I
screen
was
now.
I was asking him about all this and trying to get to the bottom of it, because honestly, before I get to the actual audio clip, it's just bothering me, man, that there's division in the community. I know that sounds like sappy that I care, but we're all supposed to be pursuing truth, and if we're against the helio lie and the globe is not true, and we live in a realm that's, you know, a stationary topographical plane, you know, if we have different theories and ideas, there shouldn't be backbiting, just fighting like high schoolers, which is frustrating, because like right now, in my opinion, if like a new person comes into the topic and they're curious about what the truth is, they're going to be swept away by the tidal wave of
We
drama.
get different type of
And they're going to be like, dude, I don't even want to look into this. Look at how these people are treating each other. No way. We're
The problem is, Boston
it's the
Bear,
same
is
thing.
some of these people that we seem to be arguing with clearly imposters. You know, it's not what's going off like with Jaron and what he's been saying. What's happening with Dell? It's like they're no longer flat earthers anymore.
Yeah, the funny thing is I hear the same argument from people that, you know, just don't get into Christianity because they say the same thing. There's a bunch of different ideas. How am I able to discern what's the truth, right? So it's definitely a problem, and it's not something that can be like the electrostatics. That might be something, but even the upwards rising Earth, all of them have the same idea that it's flat, right? But it's like the upwards rising Earth, such a bigger, you know, leap.
The thing is, I think we should have a standard of proof of what, if you got something to claim about physics or anything on the Earth, you should be able to, without doubt, demonstrate it and prove it. And everybody should go with it.
I wonder if we could do a triple way debate between an upwards rising earther, flatzoid, and electrostatics guy.
I just don't think there is a need to debate it. I mean, it's been beaten to death. That's exactly why tonight I'm like, I don't think we need to go on. They've got the information they need to show. We've explained what net forces are, what physics is, explained how Dell's claims contradict that. I mean, there's not more we can really do.
I guess we just see until he uploads another video, or if he just has no response and concedes.
If you should set your pride aside and just look at the facts, you'll probably come to a real good conclusion.
Yeah, because that's exactly why I say I more or less want to focus more on biblical cosmology, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
That's what it's all about.
You're gonna share it, Russ?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm on my phone and I'm trying to figure out how to share screen.
Do you have a link for it? Then you can.
I can download it and send it to you. Like we were talking about it the other day, and I haven't even heard the new clip because he just broke it down for me, just kind of like, you know, him to me, this is what he thinks, and it does have to do with dynamics and kinematics. And basically, he was breaking it down that this is something not to fight about because it's based in philosophy. Now, I don't think the Earth is rising upward. I don't think it's moving in any way, shape, or form unless there's a landslide or earthquake. But the people that are fighting for it, like I said, it's like the math could work out. And I'm not saying like, I think I'm trying to say let them be, because they're allowed to believe what they want. And we shouldn't infight about it. We should just clump together, and we'll be the ones that say, hey, I don't think that's true. I'm going to go with we're stationary.
That's where I disagree, though, because we were nice to them. We were the ones that said, hey, yeah, we don't agree with you. Let's just discuss it. And then we get attacked.
Yep.
So it's actually the other way around. We're the ones all getting attacked.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming after me, and I'm not even in the debate with them on it. They just come after me wherever I go because I associate with flatzoid.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if left be, it gains traction. You know, there's people falling for it daily. You know, like it has to be done. You can't just sit back and let bullshit be pushed in the community.
I don't think so.
You have to give the truth. It's sort of like if you get in Christianity, what you get false conversions, where people are using peer pressure for people to accept Jesus. You know what I mean? And then they didn't really. Eventually, they just end up leaving Christianity altogether, and they never get back really because they had a false conversion. It's the same now with FE. If they get to this false information that Dell and what they're pushing, this retarded argument, eventually they're going to say, oh, man, this is just dumb. And then they'll just end up not ever looking into it again. They'll just see it as this most idiotic thing. So unfortunately, you need people to set them right.
Yeah. It's like in Bible, Jesus is the truth. And Jesus says that he comes to cause division. Because there's only one truth. There can't be multiple truths. So there's always going to be division. You can't ever have a come by your situation in this truth thing.
No.
Mm-hmm. I just going to say Duke Nukem, no. Levelhead has been called out on this as well. When he takes that bottle and he sticks the 3 holes and says, oh, look, on the bottom it's pushed out further than on the top. Yeah, it's because there's more weight on the top. This is net forces. Duke Nukem, we've explained this the whole night. It's not anything got to do with movement of the Earth. It's literally just net force.
It's basically a rebranding. It's a rebranding in the equivalency principle, and it's stupid. I mean, it's just, in order for that to be a sustained effect due to rising, you would have to be continuous acceleration faster and faster and faster. I mean, think about this. When you accelerate in your automobile, you feel yourself pressed back into the seat. But once you're up to speed and you're at a continuous speed, then you're not pressed back. You just move around freely because you're traveling the same rate as the vehicle.
Yeah.
So in order for that effect to be taking place, it would have to be continuously increasing in speed all the time, which by this point we'd be going multiple times the speed of light, supposedly.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying with these bottle thing, it's just pressure, man. It's the same as when you go down to the bottom of the ocean. The deeper you go, the more pressure there is pushing on you. Okay? And that's why with the bottle, with Levelhead was showing, it's absolutely nothing to do with acceleration of Earth or movement of vector. It's pressure. It's just pressure. There's more pressure at the bottom than the top. So therefore, the water pushes out further than what you would at the top. There's less water on the top. This is physics.
Yeah, there's simple explanations too. I don't see how they can't grasp that idea. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like they got to have something else to go with it.
And look, like he says, it's a constant movement up, not acceleration. Then you can't claim your claim because you need it to accelerate to give those G forces, quote unquote.
Yep.
No acceleration, no set as you need.
You won't have any force. It would nullify itself.
You see, this is why I get so frustrated. You get these people that just buy into this bullshit.
Can somebody message me on Telegram and I'll forward them the message? Somebody with a computer that can screen share?
I can't get the damn thing to work.
I don't even have
Telegram. It tells me it's going to send a code to my phone, and I'm sitting there on the phone, and it doesn't send it to my phone. It says it sent the device, and then it lists my phone number, and I don't know what the fuck to do. It won't let me download it.
I have Discord too.
Yeah. Do you have email, Ron?
Yeah, I can email it to you.
You can email me. You don't have Google Drive.
I have Google Drive.
You can put on the Google Drive. You can just email me the link for the Google Drive, and I can get it off like that.
Okay, while I'm uploading it, send me a quick message to runbostonbear@gmail.
If he's uploading it to Google Drive, it can just get a shareable link.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send you the shareable link when I have the audio clip on my Google Drive. But just shoot me a quick email to runbostonbear@gmail.com, and I'll be back, and we can listen to it. Because I haven't listened to it yet, and it's Alan breaking down some pretty heavy science.
Okay.
It might be fun to listen to.
But we're going to have to, unfortunately, do it another night because I am going to end now, though.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Is it okay? You can bring it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. Or I'll just send it to you. You can play it whenever, and I'll watch it. I'll try to pop on if I can, but it'll be interesting to get a different perspective on it.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And Run Boston Bear, it's been a pleasure to have you. I've heard a lot about you. Heard a lot of your stuff before. I've never actually been in a stream with you, but it's cool to meet you.
Hey, who do you go by online? I can't see the names.
Oh, I'm Roger. I change my name every once in a while on here, but yeah, my name's Roger Michael. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, I'm
Well,
Michael Roger.
I hope to see some of y'all at Flattoberfest. I'm going to go for my second year in a row, and then I just left the Truth and Freedom Conference that had with it Matt Long, the Aloha Florida guy. It had Pastor Rich Tidwell. He did a really great refutation on Mike Winger's Flat Earth video. He went through it. He spoke. It was amazing because it was all biblical cosmology focused, and there were some legendary presentations. Even Joe Hanvey brought his little models or whatever, and he was showing a lot of demonstrations. So, yeah, man, the community is amazing. You guys are great. Anybody pursuing truth, I just support you with prayer, and we're living in one of the most interesting times, in my opinion.
So,
I agree.
It's the time that shows a lot of separating the wheat from the tares. That's for sure.
Well,
absolutely, Flatsoid.
Yes.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. You guys all want to. You guys all want to say a closing statement before I show the last video before close?
No, it's still not moving. It is moving.
No. I don't have anything to say about it.
Paul. That's it.
What is there to say about it?
No, there's nothing to say. It's a silly idea. Silly idea.
Just bonkers.
I miss the Odell, straight from the Godale. Hop up the Globedale.
You're so silly.
Over the imaginary curve down.
Yeah. What happened?
Oh, I hate the new Dale, the bad new Dale. Yeah.
You know the scariest thing for me is that they're not accepting that it's one, flat Earth society, and two, globe rhetoric, and then they flip that and push that on us.
Yeah,
that's very, very strange behaviour, if you ask me.
I know. It's called a stationary flat Earth or a globe. Is weird.
That's the reason I said there's a difference between the electrostatics and what we push. The difference between gravity and upwards rising Earth is because flat and stationary has to be the basis. Other things, yeah, sure, the cosmos or something can be argued, obviously, because we say we don't know what our model is, right? We don't have a model. So things can be discussed, but this whole notion that it's moving and it's not flat, those are the 2 points that separates us.
I'm starting to think that there's God's this delusion thing, like look how many times Jenna said things about Jesus and stuff like that, and now look what the things he's saying. I really think it's like a Pharaoh situation, adding in art. It's being sent to delusion, and I think we're going to get to the point where like Christian flat earthers are going to be a right small minority fighting everybody.
Be prosecuted everywhere we go, right? Persecuted, better
yet. Well, the thing is, remember, Christianity in itself gets prosecuted a lot. So now to be a flat earther Christian as well, we get prosecuted by Christians themselves.
Yeah, it's actually like it seems like having apparently the most congruent ideas is like the most like pushed down. It's the least published. It's the least it's just the most hated for some reason.
That's the word you were looking for. Yeah. Hated.
Because now you have people, when you say you're a Christian, you say, oh, well, you believe in all this stuff, and they say you're a flat earther, you say, wow, you're even stupider. Space is fake. Wow, you're even stupider. I think we live in a snow globe, right? That's people. 99% of people think that's stupid, right? But
yeah. So you guys gonna have a show, PJ? I know you tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Tomorrow, I've already put it in. I've put it in this stream earlier. I'll put it in again. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.
Nice. Guys, go support DJ, definitely. Support Nate. He's got a channel up. He has got a video. He's going to start streaming sometime soon as well.
Yeah,
Definitely support
on
him.
like Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, I subscribed to their net.
Very
That's
good.
amazing.
I'm on.
I just need to find more better debates from Globers. I'm just trying to find certain ones because I don't think like Nathan Oakley's that good. I don't know. I'll see.
Oakley's doing political stuff with a lot of college boys that are coming off fresh out of indoctrination.
I don't really agree with what Nathan's doing at the moment, so I'm just going to keep quiet. I think it's hypocritical because he was calling out other Nathan for talking to kids about stuff like this. Same thing.
Yeah,
so.
I got you.
Yes, he was, wasn't he?
A lot of Nathans in the flat Earth community.
That's Nathan Thompson or whatever. Yeah.
I think this arena should be just kept for people, not children, but maybe like people like Nathan, because he's still young.
I like it when he's
When
got
it comes to
Oh, sorry.
yeah, but when it comes to like older people like us, I don't think it's our jobs to be talking to younger individuals. You understand?
No,
So
I
think
mean when he spoke to the younger guy, like a young man saying like early 20s now, that's fine. I mean, I've got no problem with it at all. I see some of them actually. I know if it's anything under 18, then no.
I don't mind him doing it. I'm not saying it's anything wrong. It's just I don't see the reason. I think
Some are
I think it's weird.
I didn't notice that some of the younger men are starting to take notice. Like this one I've seen today.
Because
he must have been about 20. He must have been about.
Yeah, but you understand the vibe he's giving now is, especially with that bald head of
That
his,
haircut.
he's giving like a creepy van guy vibe. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden you see this bald Xavier-looking dude on screen, and he's saying, "Do you know the Earth's flat?"
Whoa. Yeah, that's
You
a
know
little
what I mean?
creepy, dude. Yeah.
It's a bit weird. That's all I'm saying. He can maybe take a different approach.
Maybe, yeah.
But I would rather say leave the young children, the youngest to talk to the young ones, and
Yeah.
to our kind of age group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was making more reference to when he's going into the political debate server and actually debating college kids, not necessarily his new little thing he's doing here.
Yeah.
If you go watch,
that's fine because they actually go there to debate. That's a different story.
I agree with that completely. The debate part.
Yeah.
These kids are getting a shock treatment from a bald-headed guy with a cigarette in his mouth, going, "Guess what? The Earth is flat."
He's not Irish. He's not
No,
Irish.
I'm everything your parents ever warned you about.
Arr. Okay.
I'm
so
the one your mother warned you about.
And Dave, you gonna have a show tonight?
We have the Mystery NASA Theater 420 on Jaren. We're going to be changing the format up of that show. It's going to be changing up a little bit. We're going to be doing something a little different, but that'll be at 4:20 Pacific time, 7:20 Eastern, and whatever that works out.
Awesome.
Wherever else you are.
So I'm going to close this off with a video to go through, and then I'll see you all tomorrow night for this for the Sean Hawkins' birthday.
Oh, good.
Yay! I got a blow tickler.
Night, guys. Yeah.
I'll bring the horns.
Man, I bet there's vultures like circled around that dude right now. Like
What he's gonna
perched
get
all
the
up
most-
on it. They perched on his roof just waiting on him, man. They're watching him every step he takes, man.
Well, we do hope he's going to shave, because he does say he looks like 40 to 45 if he shaves. So this I want to
Get that
see.
nose, too. Don't forget that nose, Sean. Don't forget
Yeah,
that.
gotta get that hair,
And
man.
that unibrow. Come on.
Yeah.
Pip it up.
You
Church
get-
it up a little bit, boy. Church it up.
So cheers, guys. See you tomorrow. Many, many blessings. May the pressure be with you.
I see that you started with a misrepresentation right away with the flat Earth disk in space.
But that's exactly okay. Let me see what you mean in accelerating Earth. Then I don't understand.
Well, I think there's a few things that we have to discuss before we get to that. You know, I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating. If you're on a balloon that's moving upwards, that's your floor. It's pushing on your feet. It's supporting you. It's pushing. You know, I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
You claiming that the Earth is accelerating, and when you connect it to the Earth's accelerating frame, we see the change in density ratios. That's why we have the acceleration. That is your claim. I just want to make sure that's your claim.
Yes, this is why we have things like centrifuges, and this is why we apply that knowledge, because motion creates a directional vector. You know, I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating. As I say, with the air moving, everything's moving at that rate. This is why, you know, if we drop a feather, it's got the uplift of the air coming up to meet it, which is slowing its rate of deceleration down. Which is why if we go into air and we drop a bowling ball and we drop a feather, immediately see the bowling ball, you know, it appears to move faster. It's just that its deceleration is quicker than a feather, because the air, it can't resist a bowling ball the way it can resist a feather. So we've got that upwards lift continually happening. So this is where we get varying rates of fall, because depending on the material, its density, its surface area, you're going to get varying results. But that can be explained under this postulation. You know, I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
Same thing with Earth's gravity. At the moment, there's no gravitational force acting on you, because gravity is not a force. There's a force acting on you from the ground, which is the reason why you are not freely falling into the center of Earth. Since there's force acting on you, you are accelerated. You're at rest relative to the surface of Earth, and you're accelerating at the same rate as the surface of Earth. The relative velocity is zero. Flat earthers actually have this part right. What does it mean that gravity is not a force? It means that if you fall in a gravitational field, you are not accelerated, because there's no force acting on you.
You know, I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
The feather fall together is because they're not falling.
You know, I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
You are accelerating, and there is no gravitational field. Gravitational fields do not exist. Gravity is not a force. You have no weight, so the only force on you are these normal forces pushing you up.
You know, I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
So you are accelerating upwards, but I'm not moving up. Relative to what? I mean, relative to the flip chart and the floor and basically everything in this room. But all of those things are in your frame of reference, which you know is not inertial. Relative to everything in my rocket ship, I'm not accelerating.
According to Flat Earth theory, gravity does not exist. Instead, they believe in a universal acceleration, believing that all celestial bodies are accelerating upward at a rate of 9.8 meters per second squared.
No,
it's not attached to
You know
your
what?
Earth.
You are a fucking moron, son. It's pointless even trying to dialogue with you. You're an absolute fucking moron.
Flats, I wouldn't take that shit from him. He's a freaking arsehole. He's an arsehole. I wouldn't take that crap from him. He's a knob, mate. An absolute knob.
You know what, Del? I was actually hoping you would be more of a man, but since all you're doing this whole thing is going
here we
on
go.
projecting.
Here we go. Because I'm calling a spade, you're more of a man than me. Fuck off, you weak little beta male. Get to fuck. Fuck off.
Dafty. Absolute dafty. He's a
Gibberish.
prick.
Total gibberish.
Del, all I've done this whole time is try and explain to you the mechanisms why RDD works, which keeps with real physics. You making up pseudoscience, flat Earth society bullshit, which I just debunked using a hot air balloon. Yeah, pseudoscience. That accelerating up Earth is exactly what you just claimed. That's so flat Earth society, Del.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Please stop, Flatzoid, because you're fucking ruining this whole thing, man, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
we're ruining it
pathetic.
for you. We're ruining your argument. Congratulations.
Do you know what's hiding in your business's data? Companies of all